Suck a fat one.
So I will say, for those who are listening to this later, the record didn't hit immediately for the video that comes in YouTube. So that little opening intro you missed, sadly, but the rest of the show you'll get to hear. So if you're wondering why this started weirder from our others, that's the reason why. Here's to you, future people. Anyway, so what are we talking about today?
Well, Kruz didn't even introduce himself yet.
Sorry.
I was never here, but now that I am here, I am Kruz.
He's always a menacing wolf.
Well, see, I heard Kruz's howl, and I immediately assumed that was his introduction.
Sort of, I don't know, sort of was. Seems appropriate.
Right, exactly.
All right.
Ah,
Well, we have a lot of stuff to do, but before we begin, this episode is a special episode because we have two guests with us today.
Ooh, Raleigh.
Absolutely.
boy.
I want to so without further ado, guest number one, please unmute your mic and introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Fantastic Mr. Wolf, aka Fox E. Wolf.
Hello, pleasure to have you on the show.
Pleasure to have you on the
Pleasure to be
show.
here.
Could you tell us a little about yourself, please?
Other than that, I'm a Wolf. I'm very interested in music. I'm terrible at drawing, but I also do a lot of synthesizer covers, just for the fun of it. And well, this is my first podcast that I've actually been featured on, so thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank
You
for
are
coming with us.
most welcome. Thank you very, very much for coming. And without further ado, our second guest.
drum roll.
Guest number two.
You have to unmute your mic, good sir, if you can hear us.
Come on, don't be shy.
I like it.
There we go. Yeah, dude.
Hello, sexy booming voice. There we go.
Hi, I am ShutterWolf.
Welcome aboard, Shutter.
Well, thank you for having me on today.
Wait a second, I've seen you. There's a Shutter on the chat. Is that you, or is that your handsome twin brother?
That is me on the chat also.
Oh, damn. I was kind of hoping you'd say it's a doppelganger, and then you'd have to, Highlander this shit, but no, that's just me.
Yeah, that little silly brown wolf is me.
Excellent.
And could you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Well, I am a brown cascade wolf, and my interests are in photography and writing. I also run my own website, shutterwolf.net.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank
and
you.
awesome, and you also really love werewolves, like always.
Yes, I do.
It's okay, I do too.
I think we can all sort of agree on that here.
Yeah. Now, this show is going to be different. Today, we're going to mix things up a little bit. Usually, we would begin with the movies, with the movie news, but this time we're going to shake things up. We're going to start off with Kruz on music, because we just figured, well, since we're going to be talking about Zootopia, and personally, I just figured, well, we might as well just talk about it at the very end of the show, where we can just blab on it. And what better way to do it than just to do a segue through the movies, talk about movies, and then just go straight to Zootopia because it's a movie nonetheless. So, Kruz, could you introduce us to music, please?
All right. Well, split up into two. We have good news and bad news. All right. Bad news first. AC/DC lead singer Brian Johnson has been told by doctors to stop touring immediately or risk, quote, total hearing loss.
Ooh.
Upcoming U.S. show has been postponed. According to the band's website, they say they'll be made up later in the year, likely with a guest vocalist.
Wow.
And speaking of that, the drummer of Rush, Neil Peart, has to retire for a different reason. This one being arthritis, and so the future of them is not certain. However, AC/DC does plan to continue touring despite this.
That is kind of upsetting. Like I remember, I remember certain. I didn't know that certain people who continuously always use drums could get arthritis like that. I didn't know that.
I mean, I normally hear about it through violinists and stuff, but yeah, not as much drums. Drums is usually. I would have expected the deafness to come from the drummer, to be perfectly honest. But
I mean, AC/DC, I mean, my aunt and uncle actually, went over to have dinner with Brian Johnson. I was at a restaurant once where he was like 2 tables over.
Whoa,
But,
cool.
by the way, what he said to my uncle was like something like, "I screamed my fucking lungs out." Yeah, he has. He has done that. So I guess he probably deafened himself.
Probably. I mean, have any of you, like, weird question. I know it sounds weird to say, and I must say it because I saw the Stones live, but have any of you ever seen AC/DC live? Because I haven't. I never got the chance, even when they came with a
I haven't either.
The funny story about that, I actually was able to see AC/DC live, and I had no idea it was AC/DC.
How did that happen?
We won't get into this, but I don't want to encourage things. But it's something very underage, and I had no idea what I was watching.
That's the only way you could not know it was him.
Right.
No, but I was very happy with the show.
Interesting. Well, it sounds cool.
I just want to remind people, for those of you who don't know, Shuja will be running a little bit late to our show. Currently, he's doing something very, very important right now, and he asked us to give us 40 minutes. That's what he told me. So probably in the next 40 minutes, you'll probably see Shuja again. I gave him the link to our chat, so hopefully he'll be able to join us momentarily.
Awesome.
All right. So we should move on.
Yes.
To change of fortune. Speaking of Soul Asylum.
Mm-hmm.
Their 11th studio album, Change of Fortune, will be coming out March 18th. And they've always seemed to be one of those grunge era bands, which I used to be really into.
Oh yeah,
but
definitely.
Oh yeah.
One of those that got lost in the mix, and they, I guess, didn't hit the big time.
Mm-hmm.
Handful of popular radio hits like Runaway Train, Misery, and Somebody to Shove. But they're overshadowed by the other big shots.
Right.
So, never changed they were never the type of band that changed their sound to mimic what was going on at the time.
Oh, cool. And
they continued to release music consistently since they got popular. And this one is a continuation of it, and certain bands don't always get popular on like right away, or especially grunge bands,
right? Yeah,
get popular unless they're somewhat unique or they adapt, and so it takes.
I've never listened to Soul Asylum. I have listened to other albums like what was that album in like Nirvana? I listened to Nirvana and I didn't realize how good they were.
Nirvana, has a lot of love-hate with people. Like I enjoy it, but a lot of people like it. It's sort of like the whole. I don't want to say it's because of people are like, no, they're actually really blah blah blah. But it's sort of like it became cool to hate Nirvana the same way it became cool to hate Nickelback. Like Nickelback at the end of the day was like a band that's like they're not bad, but they did the same shit, and just somehow like it just became fun to give them to hate on them for their music. It's like it's not any different than the first time we heard it when everyone loved their first album. It's just like it was just as good and shitty as it was then. It just became more fun to yell at them.
Right.
So.
But the Nevermind album?
Yeah.
I still have it when I bought it back in the late 80s.
I don't see the point. I don't see the hate of Nickelback. I personally like some of their music. I know I'm going to have all the stones thrown at me later, but I still listen to some of their music and still enjoy it.
I actually am there with you. Like I hear, weirdly enough, I never hated their music in the sense of like I thought it was bad, but I will admit for them I have a similar thing to my complex with Bob Dylan, is that I like hearing bands cover their music. Like I like hearing other people's interpretations of their songs. With Bob Dylan, I personally don't like Dylan's voice. I'll admit that right now. It doesn't mean I'm right or wrong. I just don't like his voice, but I love his songs. So
I listened to Soul Asylum, the Runaway Train.
Oh really?
And it's funny how I almost confused it with Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, because he almost sounds identical.
Are you? I'm not sure if you're suggesting that Tom Petty is grunge or I'm not sure what that means.
His voice.
Oh, okay, I see. I
The
got
Saved
voice
us from
between the two. It has been. I thought it was almost Tom Petty that was singing "Runaway Train," not Soul Asylum.
Wow.
Hmm.
I need to listen to
Yes.
these guys.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna check it out if you're gonna say that.
Exactly. That's a bold statement.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, sorry, Kruz. Next.
Yeah. As far as speaking of going back to Nickelback real quick, the only thing that I think ever good came out of them was the song they did with Santana, "Into the Night." That's the only good thing I think that's come out of them.
That was a good song.
Just because
My
Just
father
because
was
it's one of
my father was a big Santana fan, and it really just I don't understand what it was with him and Santana. It didn't make any sense.
is the Magic Man.
I suppose, but
I take it that didn't rub off on you as well, because my dad was the reason I saw the Rolling Stones is my dad's a huge Stones fan, like to this day, and so that rubbed off on me. But
Same with my dad and Blue Oyster Cult.
nice, very nice.
So next we have the Falcon, "Gather Up the Chaps." This one
Assless chaps.
what is I haven't heard this. This is my thing.
Can we make that
Wow.
a thing, please? Can we just make that a thing again?
Assless chaps.
Just chaps.
Oh God, you got to get the spittle, like not even lick,
Ashy
just like, yeah, that thing.
Alright, so apparently they've been quiet since their release in 2006, Unicornography, Red Scare Industries' all-time best-selling record. 10 years later, they were ready to rise again with "Gather Up the Chaps." Hennessy has returned for this sophomore album. Adriano is back as well, and his imprint is felt even more this time around, especially on songs like "You Dumb Dildos," where he does lead vocals. Is that what? Some new blood has been added into the mix with the loved one's Dave Hawes. I don't know if I said that right. Who also gets prominent mic time on the song "If Dave Did It." "Gather Up the Chaps" is out via Red Scare on March 18th.
Oh, cool.
That is very soon.
So what
It
kind of
sounds like, I don't know. This sounds good. Like some of this, like I researched, but I don't like actually listen to it. Some of that's kind of just like weird. Like reminds me of like Weird Al-esque
really?
type joke music.
Well, it's funny because I don't know if you guys listen to, like, I'm big into some music, but mostly I've been admittedly trying to be furry trash as possible and listening to more furry music. And like when he's talking about all these different things, my first thought is just Pepper's most recent album. For any of you listening to Pepper Coyote stuff, it was just like, getting distinct Pepper Coyote vibes. But I don't know if you guys know about that album he released.
No.
Oh,
Let's not forget Powerwolf.
Power. Oh yeah. That's
Powerwolf.
great.
Greatest band name of all time.
Is it because there's wolves in it?
Powerwolf.
If
Yes.
they're on power. Trips, I don't know.
And the album artwork is just insanely brutal.
Oh really?
It's like, one's a Bible, and one of the other ones, Preachers of the Night, is like a wolf holding a flaming cross, ready to like bring it down on like you. It's like the viewer.
Wow. Jeez, metal.
Wow.
Yes.
And that's this band. That's Falcon.
Yeah. Falcon.
Wow.
So apparently JS199456 just said, "All you guys' voices are awesome. Wolves make everything better." They do.
Wow. Okay, so I just have to say, right when you guys did that, I was typing "Auru" into the chat for a response to try and not break up the flow of anything. But apparently, there's no point in doing that.
There's no point. It's too late. I can't finish typing.
But JS 1994-56, thank you so much, and hopefully we'll hear your voice one day.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks
Yes.
for coming and listening to us.
456.
Yes.
Anyway,
what is next on the agenda, Kruz?
I forgot. All right, the next two, Iggy Pop, post-pop depression. How is this a real thing? It sounds like pop is just depressing to begin with. So upcoming 17th studio album, Iggy by Iggy Pop.
Mhm.
Set to be released March 18th, again by Loma Vista Recordings.
They did the last one, I guess. The last couple.
The what?
They did the last couple
I
albums.
don't know. I know the artist, but I haven't lived. Don't listen to this one much
Fair enough.
at all.
If you're wondering why he's stumbling, I'm actually on the other side over here just throwing random jelly beans into Kruz's mouth while he tries to give the rest of the narration. That's the reason for stumbles.
What flavors are these jelly beans?
It's the Harry Potter ones, you know, the ones that.
The Bernie Bott's every flavor bean.
Yeah.
I think that was a booger.
The really bad times he has something like that's because I probably threw a terrible one. He'll probably knife me later for this, but that's okay. Anyway, continue.
Not. It's like annoying orange knife.
Sorry, go ahead.
So this is produced by Josh Homme of Queens of the Stone Age. That one I know. Album is recorded in secrecy and features contributions from Queens of the Stone Age, Dean Fertitta, Arctic Monkeys drummer Matt Helders.
Oh, cool.
Fuck.
I don't know anything about Iggy Pop other than the fact that I think this one comedian made a joke about him. This one rock comedian was trying to outstage Iggy Pop, but no matter how big he got, Iggy Pop would always come out on top.
It's because it's late and I'm a furry, but it sounded far more sexual than it was meant to be. Sorry, you guys, go ahead.
Oh my god.
Go ahead. I'm going to take my coffee and hopefully get my mind out of the gutter.
Take your jelly beans with you.
Of course. So, do you guys listen to the Arctic Monkeys? Do any of you know that band?
I know of them. I think I've heard
Actually, I'm not familiar with them.
I would have gotten to them years ago, but not now.
I do want to mention, hey, Shudra, welcome to the chat.
He's here.
I don't know if your mic is on or you're ready, so I'm just going to make things awkward by saying that. But yeah, the Arctic Monkeys are like one of my favorite bands from the UK these days. Their drummer's good. I don't know exactly what he's going to bring to Iggy Pop's album, but the band itself is just like very old school UK rock. You guys know the band Jet, right? The Are You Gonna Be My Girl, Cold Hard Bitch, all those songs.
Oh my god.
One-hit wonder.
Hold on. Yeah. Speaking of Are You Gonna Be My Girl from Jet, I always thought this one lyric where he says big black boots. I always thought he was saying big black boobs.
Why those misheard lyrics?
Right, the ones that go down history. But yeah, basically, if you guys like Jet, you'll guys like Arctic Monkeys. They get a little darker and a little crazier, but they're like and I assume Jet just disappeared. But if Jet hadn't disappeared, or if I was still hearing of them, I think it is what they'd sound like.
Yeah.
That's all I have. Sorry.
What's next?
So we're moving on. Next one, Gwen Stefani. This is what the truth feels like. So this is the upcoming third studio album from American singer-songwriter Gwen Stefani. This one's going to be released again March 18th by Interscope Records. And this has been 10 years since her last album in 2006.
Wow, 10 years. I mean, it feels as if
That's
she
a long
made more
drought.
albums. I know.
Yeah. I didn't know she was like quiet for that long.
Well, she does have kids.
That takes a lot of time.
Yeah, no. And you know what? Something about Gwen Stefani, I am very excited for her album because even though I am gayest as you could know, I have a crush on Gwen Stefani, a huge crush on her. Like
That's
she
awesome.
she is what I grew up with, and I love her to death.
Nice.
So you really liked Hollaback Girl and all that stuff.
Absolutely, I used to sing it all the time in high school.
God,
In middle
my
school.
friend and I would listen to that back in the day. That was just, I remember how fun that was to sing along with.
That was actually the first CD I bought with my own money.
You really wasn't she the one who sang the song "Trippin' Oh," or was that Fergie? I forgot that song. I'm not
That might
sure.
be a Fergie.
I think that was Fergie, yeah.
Fergie.
Chat, let us know what song Scarfy was thinking of, because we don't know.
So you are really excited for this album.
I am very excited for this album.
Cool. I don't know much about Gwen Stefani besides she was the one who did Hold on. No, that's somebody else. Never mind.
Didn't she sing the song "I'm Just a Girl"? I think.
Yes, she did.
I know my trivia.
There you go.
And you know what? I used to be made fun of all the time by singing that in school. I used to just hum it all the time and sing it, and people are just like, "Oh my god, are you serious?"
So what's the album? When's it coming out, or what's it about?
Kruz.
March 18th is what it's about. So apparently this one's been inspired by her divorce experience, roller coaster of emotions. I guess that's a point where you get inspired to write a lot of lyrics or write dark contemplating songs.
Right.
Taylor Swift.
The album's official lead single, surprising name, "Used to Love You," was released October 20th of last year.
Oh, okay.
Apparently seemed to get a positive response, made a moderate impact in the charts. The second one, "Make Me Like You," was released February 12th.
Okay.
I don't know how that one
That's
did.
gonna be a really Dido vibe.
Kind of a
Dido, you think?
Yeah, Dido has always had those weird songs where it's kind of I don't know, I will always go down with the ship. I forget what the name of that song
Oh
is.
yeah.
The whole "Make Me Like You" is kind of are you that desperate?
Well,
Yeah.
because I think I like what you're saying, because I was going to compare her to Adele's many albums on the same subject, but you're right. This is not so much I'm coming to terms with it. It's I can't get over it. So that's a good.
Speaking of Adele, my grandmother just bought tickets to go see Adele at the Staples Center near me. So basically, and guess what? It's a front row seat. So if Adele ever comes out on stage, she can actually have the permission to touch Adele or whatever. If that ever
touch. I'm thinking of Patrick's voice right now. Touch.
Friend.
Not that kind of touch.
Friend.
You sound like it.
Hey, Shudra. How's it going?
I'm doing better.
Good. Glad to hear. So yeah, the whole gang's here with two new people. So we've almost doubled our size.
Yeah, we did.
Well,
we have Shuja meet ShutterWolf and Fantastic Mr. Wolf.
Good times.
You can call me Shuja if you want.
No. Yay!
Call you what now?
What?
What was that? You said you can call me what now? Oh, we lost him.
He muted himself.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so Shudra, another fall. If you happy?
I don't know. He's deciding.
It's not a foal.
I have a phone.
I'm respecting his life
I
decision.
still have that piece of evidence.
You do not have that piece of evidence.
I can pose through the hangout.
No, please. It was an accident.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
This is something that I would keep reminding of Scotty forever.
He'll never let it go.
No, he won't. Anyway, Kruz, is that all on the agenda for music?
Yes, it is. Up until well, I should add, I was going to see AC/DC, but since this whole thing's happening, I'm going to be seeing Amon Amarth in Boston instead.
Cool. Very nice.
Yeah, I hear all the AC/DC concerts here. They're mostly central, Midwest or East Coast, and they're all getting scheduled.
Yeah. So they
That's a
should
bummer.
be made up. But the good news is that I don't know exactly how it works, but apparently the tickets will still be honored and will still be refundable.
Cool.
Oh, that's good.
According to the band's website. So.
Well, yeah, of course. They're not just gonna take your money and not do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess that is all for that.
Cool.
So are you gonna move on to Zach with with video games?
Yeah. I'll take over.
Zach, I
So,
choose you.
Zach uses drink.
You're drinking booze.
Well, and coffee. There's some coffee in there, I think. Anyway,
Okay.
Hey,
but yeah.
Sounds good.
give Zach a break. It's almost St. Patrick Day.
Before we begin, I just want to let you guys know that Foxy Wolf had to take a break, so he'll be back, but we can still continue on with Zach with video
I'll
games.
be back.
Will do. I'm doing one thing really quick because I'm gonna ruin some magic. I'm behind the scenes and I meant to get stuff ready to put up the links, but I put it up on the wrong computer. So now I'm gonna do that here so you guys have links for when we're talking about stuff. Okay, magic ruined. My job is successful. Let's see. So the first game I want to talk about, and I'll get closer to the mic so it doesn't sound like I'm far away, but the first game I want to talk about is actually called Father I.O., and it's a mobile phone game. For any of you first-person shooter fans out there that also love, laser tag or paintball or stuff like this, and maybe don't enjoy the welts the paintball leaves afterwards, this game combines everything from both of those. Father I.O. is a first-person, the first ever that I know of, real-life massive multiplayer FPS. So currently the game is still in development. The link is actually it's a YouTube also, I believe, has a link to their Indiegogo page, but man, this game looks sick. Like, basically, you attach a device to the game to your mobile device, mostly a iPhone or Android or whatever, and the device has a camera on it. You look through the camera and it shows through your screen, like you with a first-person Doom-style Quake running around with a gun, and you push a button on your opponents to shoot at them. It shows them in real life, and you just sort of like shoot at everyone as they carry their phones around or their mobile devices, and you get points. You have teams together. The camera device is called an Inceptor, and normally it'd be incredibly pricey, but if you go on Indiegogo and fund them early, it's so much cheaper. I can't
help the feeling that after seeing this trailer, it kind of looks like Ingress in a way.
Yeah. It's absolutely very good. It's very reminiscent of Ingress. For anyone who doesn't know Ingress is a scheme where you basically walk around different points in the real world with your phone, and there are little points that are set up that you have to like take a picture of something or just inhabit an area or do an event to capture a zone. And there's red or blue, or I think red or green are the teams. Maybe it's blue and green. I don't remember.
But I think it's blue and green, which basically means that I'm not sure Fiber Kitty plays this game, but the whole that, and he's definitely on the green side. That would make sense.
Yeah, him and Vitae, for anyone who knows Vitae.
I played Ingress for a little bit a couple of years ago.
I heard it's really competitive. Like, people in Ingress are serious about Ingress. Like, it gets kind of crazy. Is that right?
Many people pushing each other out of the way, like, to get to the place.
Right.
That'd be fun to watch.
But all I really know about this, there's no set release date because we're still working on it. It looks really cool. Admittedly, also looks like the sort of thing that you could accidentally hurt yourself or other people trying to look through your screen and interacting with the real world and running around.
Smack it to a wall.
In the video, if you watch the link, there's a part where someone actually hooks up their phone with the camera to a drone, like a flying drone, and fires at people with that, and it's like controlling it from their house. So it looks like it could get pretty insane.
It kind of sounds like Pokemon Go to me.
Now, the one thing that actually worries me about people doing this is I'm worried about people doing it while they drive.
Oh yeah. No, that's a great point.
Well, at the same point, I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure that people know very well that they're not supposed to text while drive. Makes sense,
but people
right?
still do it.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything.
Exactly. Knowing you're not supposed to do something and actually not doing something are sadly don't go by the same percentages of reality.
I thought a good word of advice from someone at a Sabaton concert. It's like, was it old enough to know better, young enough to do it anyway?
Yeah, basically, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Any more thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, like I said, it kind of does look like Ingress in a way, but it kind of makes sense, for someone to be really interested in this game if you like Ingress. Personally, I'm not too sure what to think, but I don't know about you.
Well, I mean, Ingress, the thing to say that's like, well, it's a lot like Ingress. Ingress is really popular. So it's sort of like saying, oh, this space game or this game sort of looks a lot like Eve, but with different features or something. It's like a lot of, or WoW is probably a more popular one to jump on. It's like, that's not necessarily a bad thing. So it's basically a new take on that. But we'll see. Like, I don't know, personally. I just thought it looked really cool.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
I mean,
Huh?
this is weird. It's like, I don't know, I have something like one of those devices you have to attach to your phone to play the game, but it's just like a little pinball machine thing.
Well, it's kind of like Pokemon Go, even though that
that's
hasn't
just
come out yet. But you know.
Do they know how much the camera thing costs?
Once again, you can pre-order. I don't remember the price. If you look on their Indiegogo, you can pre-order and support it, and you get it for a much cheaper price. But I know that those things normally are like a good couple $100, I think, for the device. So it's actually a lot cheaper doing it this way. But yeah, it's something I like, and then I realize I don't go out into like public spaces enough for this to be something that I would normally do. But otherwise, if I got off my lazy ass and did it, it'd be great. Whoa.
Sorry.
It's all right.
It's all right. What's next on the agenda, Zach?
Next up is actually UFC 2. That's Ultimate Fighting Champion. For any of you guys who are big martial arts, just combative sports fans, UFC, for whoever doesn't know, it's one of the biggest like combative sports in the world, especially big here.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of male furs like to see male furs get down and dirty, but continue.
Are you implying that there's a bunch of furries that we don't realize are UFC fighters? That's an interesting study right there.
No. I'm implying that, you know, there are furs who like to see two men, you know, half naked just go at each other.
So you're saying furries are like sex, are you saying?
How dare you! Racist!
Species.
That's racist. That's
racist!
Oh, that kid. I wonder what that kid's doing these days.
But please do continue.
Yeah, so basically it's one of EA Sports' games. And EA Sports has always been obviously really good with any sort of sports game. They do their research. They work hard on physics engines to make sure that things are as representative as possible. I mean, you'll still get the glitches in games where, you know, the quarterback will throw a football to the wide receiver and it'll land in his like groin, and all of a sudden it's in his hands and he caught it. It's like, that's not right. But
Greg Jennings' leg.
Yeah.
How is he running with a broken leg?
But for anyone, unfamiliar with Ultimate Fighting Champion, it's basically two opponents in an octagonal caged ring whose objective is to essentially beat the ever-loving crap out of one another and win by knockout, submission, or forfeit. So in this game, much like the actual event, the fighters have a wide range of martial arts styles and techniques because any background, whether it's just bar brawler to like a 10th degree black belt in Shaolin Kempo Karate or something, is welcome to fight in this. There's certain rules, you know, don't hit in the groin, you're not allowed to gouge each other's eyes out, nothing fatal, but otherwise it's pretty much have at each other. The cool thing about this game is they actually, from their original UFC, they've boosted up a lot of, not boosted up, something, they're refined, that's what I'm looking for, the knockout mechanic system. So in the game, basically, when a punch comes in or an elbow strike or a knee into the face, the jaw, whatever, it takes into account the position of the blow hit, the momentum, the power, the weight of the opponent, the weight of the person throwing the hit for all the knockouts. Same with moving around to submission systems. It takes into account a lot more physical factors. So there's a lot less, he moved from point A to point B and his whole leg went through the person's body and just clicked right
Captain
through.
Falcon knee of justice.
Exactly. So, for any of you guys who just like love realistic fighting brutality, this sounds like a great game to get behind to play. It's coming out in March 15th for PS4 and Xbox One. I'm not sure about a PC release yet, but it looks awesome. I know that the whole system they've done is out there. Oh yeah, there's also options for creating custom characters if you want to put yourself even more in the game. And online matches, online championships, and apparently some sort of betting system on real-life UFC fights that if you win, you get special loot or gear. And I don't know how that works, but hey, it's a cool little touch. So,
cat fights. Didn't see that one coming.
No, I can imagine like cat fights, like two male cats in a UFC type setting and just fighting.
Just like smacking each other.
Why do it have to be cats?
Right.
Yeah.
What you got to be
Like
saying about the
Fiber
rest of the
versus
species?
the Naboa.
Oh my.
Wow.
So
Oh.
we were talking about Fiber earlier, and I'm imagining putting his character in the game, and then just be UHC, just Ultimate Hugging Championship.
Just imagine, because I've hugged Fiber. He's a large person, so
Yes.
imagine if he just hugs you and falls over. You're not getting away.
No, you got you.
Oh, no,
What do you mean by large? Are you talking about tall, or are you talking about...
Tall.
It's just
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
he's
I was
tall.
about to say, he doesn't look very big.
No, he's not.
No.
He's like 6'4", I think, because he's about the same
Yes,
height
sir.
I am. So
Oh, he's not that big.
yeah.
he's not like
No,
I haven't seen that yet.
I've had his hugs before, and he's almost put me up to the next level on the floor in the hotel. So
That sounds like
that's all
Fiber.
he is.
Yeah, Fiber Kitty's a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wish he would come on our show, but at the same time, it's like, oh, Fiber Kitty's going to be on a podcast, and that's the only reason why we're going to go see him.
Well, there's that, but also Fiber's incredibly busy. Like that man does. So
Well, I mean,
much.
yeah, he's busy, but you can definitely like set
That's
up a
right.
schedule with him.
You know who else has good
unlike
hugs?
most of us, he has a life.
Esteban. Esteban has great hugs as well.
Yes,
I
so
mean-
does.
Oh my
I
god.
can vouch for that.
Me one Esto.
Yeah, man. Or sorry, Aaron, as it is now.
Yeah.
Aaron
I-
Esteban, okay.
No, I'm not gonna get used to that because I met him in person, like outside of Suit.
Well, he and I
Esteban,
have been
so,
talking
like,
about things,
That's
and
my first impression of him. So I'm like, yeah,
Right.
yeah,
that's
of
what I
course,
first
seeing
saw.
things, changing things like that is very hard, and I really am with him 100% on that.
Oh yeah,
I
definitely.
really hope that things go well for him, and I told him anything you need to talk to, I'm available.
Good on you. Good on you for being that accepting too. It's not always easy for people.
And I've dealt with there's another friend of mine that's I wouldn't say close friend, but AJ Dingo Dog is another person. Yeah, she's another person that has gone through the change or
Yeah.
is going through the change now, and again, good on you guys. I don't know if I would have had the courage to even do something like that.
Right. And good on her for mostly, I just want to give this out. I think I've said it to her before, but just good on you for being the person to talk to other people and be sort of like, hey, here's what it was like for me. Tell me if you need to talk, which a lot of it's been. And people need that sort of person to look up to for these times in life. So shout out to AJ.
Fiber Kitty's hugging skill at 100.
Anyway, I will move on to the next thing. I could honestly fill an hour with this kind of conversation talk about this. I'd love to sometime, but for now we'll stick to the schedule.
We have to save this for the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the next game
coming.
coming up, actually, once again, because doing 6 things at once is sadly not my forte. But the next thing coming up is a favorite for multiple fandoms.
Oh no.
No, it's a good one. It's a good one. I promise you.
Oh, no.
Sonic.
Yep.
I
It
love
is-
those games.
Sonic.
Yep, it's a classic game mashup, Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games. And
Oh,
it's worth
No.
on. Oh, really? You guys are not a fan of this, eh?
no.
Wow.
No.
What? Come on.
That's surprising.
Well, people don't understand. My first interaction with the furry fandom was through the Sonic fandom, and you see some shit. I mean, you see some shit, and you really don't want to see that again.
That's fair.
Oh
Well,
yeah, did you ever see my top tweet on my Twitter account?
Well, as we
Oh.
always say in the fandom, it can never be unseen.
right.
I mean,
There will always
the
be
thing
more
is-
fucked up shit than what you just saw.
Very well put.
That's another rule.
I mean, I still love Sonic. I just hate the fandom so much.
That's fair. But in all fairness, I'm pretty sure any of the things you saw are not part of the Olympic events.
Yeah.
If it's any consolation.
Well, the only thing about this is, to be honest, I played Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, the first one that came out in 2006. I played the second one at the Summer Olympics or whatever. I mean, I don't know, how many of these games have they produced? 3 or 4 now?
However much keeps
I think
making
they
the money.
I think they started with. Did they start with Beijing? They started with 2004.
Uh-huh.
And I really did not think it was all that fun, personally. Again, this is my personal opinion. I'm not
Right.
saying it's a bad game.
Right.
But it just makes me grow, and I'm just like, come on, first of all, Sonic games have been really, really terrible lately, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm really just like meh at Sonic games. Mario games have actually done really well, in my opinion. I think that they're becoming really innovative, especially integrating the Wii U as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Most
Sonic,
definitely.
all that.
Yeah, I've played
I
some
played
Sonic
a
games.
Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, and it was alright. I mean, I played it on the Wii, but honestly, we already know that Sonic is faster than Mario, so I don't understand why that's even a
Why is that even a
competition.
Well, not when he's driving.
True. Or Mario can just pick up some star power and just like bitch slap Sonic off to the side, and then that's the end of that.
Or the Tsunuki suit.
I would pay to see
That'd be
that.
really nice.
And then Sonic
Well, like,
fuck this shit
and
and he comes
I
out of
just
the car.
sent Fantastic Mr. Fulf a tweet, and he was like, "What?"
What?
I am ashamed of you, buddy.
What is this? What is
You
this?
want to link it to the chat now?
I already did.
What have you done?
Good.
Oh my god,
Nice.
Scotty.
But anyway, to let people know who are interested in the game, because I know, to me, what I've seen from this, it always feels like this is basically throwing Sonic into Mario Party without it actually just being Sonic in Mario Party.
Mario Party, the game that ruins friendships.
That's a lot of games, but
No, that would be Mario Kart.
Mario Kart, yes. Game that made you really want to strangle your friends.
But for any, like, if anyone who, I don't know if I'm talking about me, maybe I'm just showing my own age here, but anyone who grew up with the Laugh Olympics stuff from Cartoon Network, that's what these always reminded me of. It was just like, it was obviously a shameless ploy to bring in fandoms of both teams by bringing all the characters from two different universes and pitting them against each other to play as all these memorable, lovable characters. For the quality of the game, I feel it's sort of like the Sonic game franchise. It's like it's often forgiven whether it should be or not, just because you want to get your nostalgia fix in. But I'm willing to bet it's still going to be fairly big, and it's coming out for 3DS in March 18th. Just putting that out there for the.
Well, that's kind of like Marvel versus Capcom, and
Much
True,
better
but-
game.
Fighting games, you also get the added benefit of beating the living crap out of your friend without actually hurting them. And every friendship.
Super Smash Bros.
Are you saying you want to beat the crap out of a lot of your friends?
I'm saying every friend wants to
I've been
beat the crap out of their
tempted.
friends at some point. You always
been
have your friend
tempted.
who does something really stupid and you want to smack them for it. And they feel the same way at you at some point. It's inevitable.
So this game is coming out for the 3DS, right?
Yes.
And I just picked up my 3DS out of its charger for the first time in, I don't know, a year just now. I feel really bad. The last game I actually successfully played through in this game is Dragon Quest IX.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
well, they have Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow now. So if you're ever interested in that, you can buy them for $9.99 each.
And I'm having a lot of problems nowadays with Stream Pass. It is not working anymore.
Ah.
I don't know. People are not bringing their 3DS.
I don't know.
I didn't
No
expect
idea.
it to work as well as it does. I mean, maybe there aren't just people around you. It depends on where you go, too. Yes.
I don't know. I got to the point at one point, like all I did on my 3DS was, look for Street Passes, especially at places like Otakon and FurryCons.
Yeah, makes sense. That'd be the best place to do it.
It would be the best place to do it, but I was just like, that's all I freaking do with it anymore. I don't even play my games that I paid $60 for. No, 35 or whatever. I don't know how much I paid. That's a bad sign.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say that Nero Fox just said this is the second episode in a row that Mario Party has been brought up. Well, yeah, I mean, like me, Zach, Shucha, and Kruz definitely need to just sit down with like whatever Nintendo console we have and just play a game of Mario Party to see how much we can rage at each other.
I was gonna say,
Mario Party 2 is my
It's a
favorite.
terrible idea.
are you trying to say you want to ruin our friendship? Because you're the one who keeps saying that game ruins friendships. Are you trying to kill Set? Because it sounds like that's what you're trying to do.
kill me.
I'm not trying to kill Seth.
I'm kidding. Anyway, actually, did anyone have anything else they want to say? Oh, go ahead, Shuba.
If you play game with me, you will hate me for the rest of your life. That's all I can say to you.
I do like how Nero wants us to like do an episode of us just playing this game. I could get behind that.
Or just a stream of us doing Mario.
Because when a
We can
controller
do that. That might be a
there's
fun
no
idea.
more friendship.
Here's the idea, guys. If somehow through the divine intervention of fate comes along that all four of us wind up going to a con at the same time, because that's probably the only way we're all going to get together. Someone bring a Wii U and we'll pay for like remotes and stuff, and then we'll all get together and do a normal episode. I'll bring my computer and stuff and make sure we can stream it and just go.
Get your butts to Furthermore, and I'll be there too.
I wanted to this year, but I don't think I'll be going. Sadly, I traded it for the furry migration. So
I'm not gonna go this year. I went last year. I'm gonna be, and I also went to Annie. I'm gonna hopefully go to AC this year.
Hey,
Just
I would
because
love to go to AC, but it's really discouraging the fact that I can never get a room.
the only thing here's the thing. The
Yeah,
only thing
like,
about
when everyone tells you like get a room, just say I can't. I tried.
come on.
They don't have any.
right.
And plus, things with money and things, I was out of a job for 3.5 months, so I have like no money.
Yeah, I know that life, man. Good luck. Are you still looking?
Actually, just a couple of days ago, just started 2 jobs. So
Cool. Congrats.
one of them's an ad hoc thing. Essentially they send me an email. Okay, look, we have a tech job for you. At this location, can you do it? And I'd say yes or no. And they don't care how many times you deny it. They'll still come in until you say, take me off this list.
Right.
Unfortunately for that, none of that's withholded, so I'm gonna have to pay some taxes on it at the end of the year. But it's something.
Right.
The other one is just a computer repair shop, and some things, data shredding. It's a big. I thought it was a small computer shop, but apparently it's bigger than I thought, and hopefully there's a lot of room to expand. But
Okay.
2 jobs and going to school is going to be fun.
Sounds
Very
good.
cool.
Well, I wish you the best of luck because I actually did 2 jobs and going to school for a while during my my master's program, and it was kind of a bitch, but it's doable. So good luck. I think.
What did your master's degree in?
Library and information studies. So.
Okay.
Yep. Big
Yeah,
words.
he's
Basically means I just work at.
yeah,
Landmarks.
my big bro's a
Essentially,
librarian.
you're my librarian next door.
$4 word right there.
Yep. Pretty much. Anywho, I'm gonna move on to the next bit. I felt like you were trying to say something we talked over yet. Did I miss something?
Nope.
Okay. So the next game is a game called Paragon. And for the longest time, there was a game I wanted to amount this to. Also, shout out whenever we get episode 3 back. Not that I want to raise hairs about that, but whenever we get that back, one of the people made a comment. The game I was comparing some of the game to was Destiny. I want to compare this to Destiny 2, but that's not what I'm thinking. This game is a lot like in the sense of setting, more like Destiny, more futuristic, magi, whatever, but a lot more like Smite in gameplay. Paragon is a multiplayer online battle arena, or MOBA for people who are more in the gaming lingo. It was announced last year with first peaks in December. It's a third-person action game. It's multiplayer. It's created by Epic Games, who are the guys that were behind Gears of War and Unreal Tournament. They're basically bringing a new game to the front of 2016 in beta release. It's probably gonna give, actually, even from the looks of it, what I can tell, Unreal Tournament and Gears of War, it'd probably even give them a run for their money of the quality of it. It's interesting because one of the main things, I'm getting ahead of myself, one of the main things about MOBA games is a lot of them are pay to win. Like, you buy stuff outside a game with real money and it gets you better. Yeah, and the cool thing that Epic Games decided on this is, fuck that, you gotta play to win. You can't buy your way ahead of it. So they actually just went with gaming integrity and just were like, hey, the game is designed, there's actually a quote, the game is designed so that all players can compete and win without ever having to spend a dime. All heroes are free, and cards can only be earned by playing the game. So it's kind of cool that you're going to be playing this massive game that the people who get the good stuff are the better players. Hopefully they have a rank system so a bunch of newbies don't have to come in and get squashed by the pros with all the good loot and shit, but...
Where's the fun in that?
Yeah, exactly.
You have to get your ass handed to you at least once.
That's why I don't play World of Warcraft anymore. Is I get really sick and tired of after I deleted my account and tried to rejoin. I did not like being called a noob. I was just like, fuck all of y'all. I'm out of here.
One game I'm gonna just plug this randomly. I've been playing a game that came out a while back called Rocket League, and people on that game are actually surprisingly like not terribly shitty, even though there's people that are so much better than me at it. But it's like it's a big online community that isn't full of assholes, which usually, perpetuate the online multiplayer in my experience. I was pleased by that.
I think League of Legends has the most people who are filled with assholes, but
My roommate plays League of Legends. He's constantly like ranting while he plays.
Yeah, I also just don't enjoy playing games that I rage at. Like, raging at a game doesn't equal fun for me, so I've never understood that.
It doesn't, and I totally agree with that. And I used to be the biggest rage at Halo,
Oh, yeah, I could see that. Halo was
especially on Xbox Live. Oh my god, I went through so many controllers, so many TVs. It was not even funny. So.
I can imagine, and then I can imagine all the 10-year-old boys playing Xbox Live. Mom, where's my energy drink?
Oh, yeah.
South Park episode.
Oh, what is it?
I don't want chocolate milk.
Video games in
Chocolate
real
milk
life.
is for pussies.
Remember that? I don't. Smash it real life. It's like, I don't want chocolate milk. I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Red Bull chocolate milk.
Oh.
Live into you, bitch.
Oh my god, I feel old. I had to put on reading glasses. Damn it.
I vomited in my mouth a little.
But
I like my grandma.
To let everyone know who's interested in the game Paragon, I put the link in, and it goes. I know it supports up to 5v5 player limit, and the early access is released on March 18th. So this game is still in development. It still needs beta testers to be able to play it and find the bugs and give some feedback about what needs to be put in this game. So again, I always like games where you can feedback and give them feedback and say, hey, this is what can make it better and make that sort of impact on the gaming universe. So guys, have at it. If you can get early access, do it. Have fun. The last game... Huh? Sorry, go ahead. So,
No, I'm not doing anything.
okay. The last game I want to bring up, which was actually told to me because I was completely out of the loop with this one. I hope I put the right one in. Yeah, from Scarfy, was a Pokken Tournament, which is basically a
poster that so badass.
Yeah, it's a Bandai Namco Entertainment game, and it's a fighting game with Pokemon. Sadly, not all the Pokemon are selectable characters in this, but that would be insane. So it has a few select characters, and it's sort of uses Tekken's fighting style for anybody who was a huge Tekken fan back in the day. Or I guess Tekken's still going, but yeah, like a lot of that fighting system. The game itself looks fantastic. It looks like a lot of fun. There's about 16 playable Pokemon characters. From what I can gather, the game has already been released in Japan arcades back in July 16th of 2015, but the worldwide release for Wii U, I'm getting into Street Fighter now, for Wii U is on March 18th. So it's a part of the celebration for the 20th year anniversary of Pokemon. And it looks great. It looks good graphics, good fighting combos, good crazy shit going on. There's an interesting story from what I can tell, something involving Mewtwo. I don't know for sure because I didn't want to dig too much and spoil anything, but the story of it looks interesting too.
All I can tell, I think, the poster at what's his face, Lucario, my favorite.
Yeah, he's in it. Yeah,
and I think it was Pikachu.
Pikachu is.
That's all I know.
There's like I said, there's about 16 playable characters, and I think there's still like another 10.
I will have to say the fact that that you can make actual Pokemon, battle each other is still insane. On a home console. I'm still waiting for the day where, the Pokemon company actually makes a, another Shadow Pokemon game, because that was fun.
I don't remember. I don't think I ever got to play any of the Shadow Pokemon game. Refresh my
No, the Shadow Pokemon games. Pokemon Coliseum and then Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness.
Yeah, I think I had Battle Revolution. Apparently, like everyone shat on that game, but it was cool just to see it on the TV.
Right.
But being that's the only thing it did.
Gotcha. And last, before I turn things over to Scarfy, I didn't really look into this because I didn't want to torture myself with the fact that I'm not going. But apparently there's a game developers conference going on in San Francisco, California, starting tomorrow until the 18th. So I don't know what's going on with that, and I'm sorry that I didn't look more into it. But like I said, I didn't want to torture myself with the fact that I'm not going to something that cool, especially since I wasn't able. Not that I'm like, oh, pity me, but TFF has been sort of a tradition. I wasn't able to make that con, so I was just like, you know what, nah, I'm not even gonna torment myself with the pretty things. I'm already gonna be seeing TFF all weekend that I'm not at, so I just sort of let that one be.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I was supposed to be there this year, but again, with the whole being unemployed thing, did not happen.
Yeah, nah, I feel you.
So, yeah. We can suffer together.
Yeah, Suffer Buddies, Digital 5.
Okay, and so yeah. All right. So, what do we have next?
Next would be for Scarfy, I believe. I believe he turned things over to him.
Oh, hi, Scarfy.
Oh, hi. Let me start off with movies. We're finally on to our last section, which is movies, and it's a great section, in my opinion. I think it's the best section, but that's just me.
That's the film buff.
Your movie.
Oh, yeah, I'm a film buff. Anyway, our first film that I'm going to send to...
I already have them on the script, so don't worry about sending them.
Nice. All right, our first film is a film called The Bronze. It's a 2015 American comedy drama film directed by Brian Buckley and written by Melissa Roch and Winston Roch. The film stars Melissa Roch, Gary Cole, Thomas Middleditch, Sebastian Stan, Cecily Strong, Haley Lou Richardson, and Dale Rall. It had its world premiere at the Sundance Film Festival on January 22nd, 2015. Oh my God! It's the missing Chipette. Stinky. But seriously, tell me that the main actress does not sound like a Chipette from Alvin and the Chipmunks, because she totally does. Anyways, upon seeing this film, you could tell just how much of the stupidity of comedy is in this film. A foul-mouthed former gymnastics bronze medalist, Hope Annabelle Gregory, must fight for her local celebrity status when a young athlete star, Maggie Townsend, rises in town. The film is about as basic as you can get, but I can't help to think that it's just a film to tie over until the next bit. I literally have nothing else to say. The film looks like as boring as her chipmunk voice. It'll be released on March 18th by Sony Picture Classics.
Yeah, I saw the little trailer that you sent for this and that we now posted, and yeah, I mean, it feels like a story that's already been done a lot. That's the only thing I have with it. It's like, maybe not this exact thing, but it's like, yeah, local hero, rise fandom, becomes kind of a bitch or an asshole, treats other people like shit, has to actually undergo some path of remote self-discovery, and, God forbid, help somebody else achieve greatness and also prove themselves. It's like, I've heard this story before. Does that mean it's going to be a bad movie? No, not at all. But it's been done.
Yeah, like I don't know about my special guests. I don't know what they would have to say, but no.
Essentially, it just sounds like something to be done.
I saw the trailer for The Bronze, and just almost when I first saw the gymnast on there, I thought it was something about Tanya Harding.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, and of course she's a local for us around here. So.
Oh really?
Yeah, she is.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so.
Do you know if she was really bitchy with her celebrity status as well, or?
Oh, she was like a redneck, basically. she was ultimate trash. She moved over to what we call Vantucky, and one time I assaulted somebody with a hubcap. And
what? Where's this movie? I want to watch this movie.
Just my hubcap.
Everything chronicled in the news.
Wow. Okay. Well.
Did you have anything to say, Foxy?
I mean, yeah. I was just saying that the Bronze doesn't seem like anything that I would probably be interested in seeing, because it's like you said, it's already been done.
Yeah,
right.
I agree. What about you, Shuja, Kruz?
No, man.
It's like
The Bronze to me seems like it's an adaptation from Tanya Harding's stories. So.
Yeah,
I agree.
It is, and as much as I've followed the news for so many years in this area, yeah, it's always she's off in the dust now.
Well, I learned something new from you today, so that's some fun information that I'll be holding on to.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, I guess I can move on to our next film. Our next film is a film known as Midnight Special. It's a 2016 American science fiction film written directed by Jeff Nichols, and unfortunately, it's not the son of Mike Nichols who directed The Graduate, because I love The Graduate. I think it's a really good movie, but let's move on. The film stars Adam Driver, Michael Shannon, Kirsten Dunst, and Joel Edgerton. It is Nichols' fourth feature film and his first studio production since the critically acclaimed Mud, which I actually have seen. I'm not too sure if you guys have seen Mud, but it was a critical film. I really liked it. Not too sure what you guys would say, but after seeing this trailer, just wow. Talk about a plot that looks really interesting. Roy is a father desperate to protect his unique girlfriend, 8-year-old son, Alton, joined by his accomplice, Lucas and his ex-wife, Sarah, played by Kirsten Dunst. This group must race to get Alton to a secret location, all while being hunted by an extreme religious sect led by Calvin Meyer and a government task force headed up by Paul Sevier. It is a full-on chase, the outcome of which could bring about a world-changing environment. It really does look like a typical use religion to stop evil stuff, but honestly, the way the film that is handled looks interesting to say the least.
Huh. Okay.
I don't know about you guys, but
Was that like Race to Witch Mountain or something?
Yeah, kinda.
The trailer looked very interesting to me, and it looks like the kind of it looks sort of like a horror film in ways that are done right. You know, horror film to nowadays has become, you know, how much gore can we fit in 90 minutes?
Right, or jump scares for days.
Yeah, jump scares. Don't get me started on that kind of, you know, version of horror. I mean, Five Nights at Freddy's, good game, terrible jump scares.
Right.
In fact, the Five Nights at Freddy's 4, I don't mean to get off topic here, Five Nights at Freddy's 4 made it very hard for me to sleep at night.
that was his job.
But, so getting back to Midnight Special, it's something that I would definitely like to try out. I didn't really get a whole religious vibe the same way that you did, Scarfy, but at the same time, I do think this is something I would definitely love to check out and see, because, you know, it's interesting. It's something different.
Yeah, Midnight Special, I saw the trailer on that, and one, it kind of made me bring back to Firestarter in some sort of a way.
Oh, yeah.
Also, if you saw in the trailer, the kid's eye just goes glowing white, and that reminded me of Bonnie Tyler's music video, Total Eclipse of the Heart, and that character was in there too, so that's what it looked like.
Right.
I really don't like that song. That song is just so depressing.
Oh, so thank you. Now I know how I can annoy Scoffy.
Should have. That's the most
The
optimistic.
literal video was awesome, and it got pulled down.
Yeah, it did. It really sucks.
Like, from what I've seen, like I've seen movies sort of like this, but actually this one does seem interesting. Like it's been a while. The closest thing I remember to something like this that I can remember off the top of my head has been, you know, like was it The Omen? Was that the one with the kid who's the son of the devil? Am I right about that? Am I thinking of something else?
Sounds like Rosemary's Baby, but no, it could be The Omen.
It could be. Yeah, there's one. Yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically, you know, that whole thing. Here's this child. They're the key to the destruction of everything, or possibly, you know, great. I don't know. I couldn't tell for sure what the kid's powers were. If he was like an alien or something else, I didn't really get exactly what they were going from. But as far as like you mentioned, sort of horror movie and sort of action movie all in one, it seems like it'd be a very good, like, for a movie adrenaline junkies. It seems like it'd be an awesome go-to. Like, it seems like something you'd be sort of like sitting on your seat and enjoying if you just like seeing the rush of crazy stuff happening. Not in the same sense that you do for, like, you know, the John Wick and the James Bond movies, but just more of like a little more extraordinary.
Extraordinary.
You know, I'm trying to think of the movie that this Midnight Special is trying to make me think of. It is an alien movie. I don't remember exactly what it's called. It's from the 90s. Is it No, it's not Independence. Yeah, it is Independence Day.
How does it make you feel Independence
Welcome
Day?
to Earth.
Well, I know, but Independence Day, it's making me think of Independence Day the kind of way it seems to be that actiony feel.
Okay.
It's not necessarily that it's being invaded. Well, unless you count the sun, kind of being I don't know, have aliens inside him
Or something, yeah.
I don't know. I'm having trouble articulating what I am actually thinking right now.
Makes sense.
Mm.
But no, I can see where you're going with that.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that people want to say about this film, or
I think that's my part.
I have nothing
Come
more.
on, people, don't be shy.
JS, I just want to point out in the chat, JS.
You can. I'm gonna say this. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
That JS mentioned any opinions on Indiana Jones.
I'm gonna say this right now. I think Temple of Doom is the best Indiana Jones film.
Where is that come from?
Lost Ark.
I don't know. I think you just wanted to get our thoughts on the movies. Gosh, it's been so long since I've seen Indiana Jones.
I've only seen one movie from Indiana Jones.
Really?
I feel terrible.
I've seen all of them, but
I've only seen Lost Ark and Crystal Skull.
I've only seen Lost Ark.
I've seen all
I'm
of
trying
them,
to-
but I can't remember which one I really loved out of all of them. They were just I watched them all in succession each time, so.
I'm trying to wonder who does a better sexy voice, Foxy or Shutter right now. And I can't tell which is. I can't tell which is sexier.
I was gonna say,
Shall we
sexy.
have a gay off?
I thought you said.
God.
Not here.
I thought you said
There's children
sassy
here.
voice for a second. I was like, neither of them sound sassy to me. Maybe
Sexy
sultry.
for
No, I
Yeah.
said
Different
sexy.
things.
I said sexy.
There you go.
Okay.
How about it, Shutter? Do you want to have a contest or no?
I think we could.
Oh.
What do you people in the chat think?
Oh.
Oh my, Shutter. What a nice voice you have.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the George Takei portion of our section. We thank you for joining us.
Now you set him off again.
I think someone's having a orgasm.
Fantastic.
Oh, come on.
Second one today.
Oh.
Oh dear.
And don't call me Junior.
Senior
The
then?
dog indie.
Oh.
Shout out to Nero for putting that in the chat.
But yeah, I
And
do
also-
think. Right. To be honest, I do think that Temple of Doom is the best of all the Indiana Jones films, but that's just personally me. I'm not too sure if you guys saw all of them, but I'm sure most of them
It's been
has.
a long time for me.
Yeah.
Except for Last Crusade, I've seen more than enough times that it's stuck to me the most.
Well, yeah, because you can't go wrong with Sean fucking Connery.
That's right.
Sure. Sure.
That's right.
Oh my god.
007.
What have I done, Scarfy? What have I done?
You done a lot of things, Coffee.
It's not what you've done, it's what I've done. I have a few bottles of beers with me.
Few beers.
Trust-
All right.
Bottles. Jesus. All right, Scarfy, go ahead. We're getting derailed. Go.
Okay. I am not looking forward to this one on the list. The Divergent series Allegiant. It's an upcoming American science fiction adventure film. Directed by Robert Schwenke with the screenplay of Noah Oppenheim, Adam Cooper, Bill Collins, and Stephen Chbosky. It is the first of two cinematic parts based on the novel Allegiant, the final book in the Divergent trilogy by Veronica Roth, and the third installment in the Divergent series, produced by Lucy Fisher and Douglas Wick, and distributed by Summit Entertainment. As if I even need to go into much detail, this film has to be the most overlooked adapted film series in all of cinema. I have no absolutely idea how this film series is making money, but apparently it does have its fans, albeit misguided, don't know that they're ripping off of Hunger Games fans. Anyway, with all that being set aside, considering that the distribution company distributed the Twilight Saga, Hypnosis, after the earth-shattering revelations of Insurgent, which I've never read before, Triss must escape with 4 and go beyond the wall enclosing Chicago for the first time ever. They will leave the only city and family they have ever known in order to find a peaceful solution for their embroiled city. Once outside, old discoveries are quickly rendered meaningless with the revelation of shock new truths. Tris and Form must quickly decide who they can trust as a ruthless battle ignites beyond the walls of Chicago, which threatens all of humanity. In order to survive, Tris will be forced to make impossible choices about courage, allegiance, and sacrifice.
Impossible choice.
The stunned silence that the adults are looking at the kids and young teenagers who actually have read this book is very reassuring. I got nothing. This film trailer is about as interesting as a cardboard box. And I hate to say this, but the film holds a memory to about the size of a peanut. A memory that I think even Twilight can laugh at, because I do remember stuff of Twilight more than I do this film series. But Harry Potter and Hunger Games have already done a fine enough job being a more memorable series than those. So if you are a huge Divergent fan, go crazy. Otherwise, I got nothing for this one.
I mean, when you describe it as interesting as a cardboard box, you know, some puppies do like cardboard boxes.
Cardboard boxes
so
can be fun, especially with bubble wrap
Cardboard
inside.
boxes.
Guys, you want to go play in the cardboard box? I'll get a
Hey,
big
all
one.
the
Let's cardboard boxes.
in a cardboard box, so they're all gonna enjoy this.
Let's get some packing peanuts.
Speaking of cardboard boxes, I want a cardboard cutout of Nick Wilde.
Oh, God. Oh,
Oh
Lord.
God! Did you just say cardboard fox? Cardboard foxes.
Hey, get out!
Cardboard boxes.
You know, cardboard foxes sounds like an interesting, an industry that can rise in the fandom in its own way. I don't really want to think too much about that, but it seems like something that could arise in the fandom.
No.
But seriously, what's your opinion on this film, guys? Because honestly, I got nothing for this one, and quite frankly, I kind of just want to go to the next one because of how silly I
saw the trailer for Divergent Allegiant, and to me, like you said, Scarfy, it was like a ripoff from the Hunger Games.
I agree.
And the scene and the story almost was identical. It's just like taking the Hunger Games and let's tweak it a little bit. That's what it is.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure the author is very happy that she's making all this money, but at the same time, I can't believe that this film series has actually taken off. But the fact that it's even memorable is beyond me. Like, there's nothing memorable about this film, and I have like literally nothing for this to say about it. I don't know about you guys. Have you read the books? Have you read or...
One more time, we didn't catch that.
I said I don't have anything on it either.
Fair enough. Yeah, I got nothing. You guys, like, I did have some things, but you said it all. That's I got nothing left.
So, shall we move on?
Yes.
Okay.
Onward.
Okay, now our next film that I want to talk about, which is our last film that is upcoming, but we'll get into the new trailers afterwards, however, is a film called The Little Prince. It's a 2015 English-language French 3D stop-motion and animated adventure fantasy film directed by Mark Osborne, director of Kung Fu Panda. The script is based on the 1943 novel of the same name by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. As the first animated feature film adaptation of The Little Prince, the film uses stop-motion animation for the novel's story and computer animation for the additional frame narrative. The film stars the voices of Jeff Bridges, Rachel McAdams, Paul Rudd, Marion Cotillard, James Franco, Benicio del Toro, Ricky Gervais, Bud Cort, Paul Giamatti, Riley Osborne, Albert Brooks, and Mackenzie Foy. The film is not a straight adaptation of Saint-Exupéry's novels per se, rather elements from the novel are woven into an original narrative about a young girl who befriends the story's now elderly aviator narrator as she deals with her overbearing mother. The film premiered on May 22nd, 2015 at the 68th Cannes Film Festival in an out-of-competition screening, followed by a wide theatrical release in France on the 29th of 2015 by Paramount Pictures. The U.S. theatrical release is scheduled for March 18th. The film has earned $88.4 million on a $77.5 million budget, becoming the most successful French animated film abroad of all time.
Wow.
As from seeing, it looks interesting. I mean, a girl who has second-by-second agenda until an old man intervenes to tell her stories. Yeah, I can see how this film can turn some people off. Anyways, I love how this film looks. It's beautiful, and like mixing in fresh animation with stop-motion animation, I think it's beautiful. And I don't know, I don't know about you guys, but upon seeing this film, it looked enchanting. It looked magical from what I was getting from the trailer. So if you have anything to say about it personally, I'm kind of excited for this movie.
One thing I will say.
Trailer on it too.
Sorry, I'm just gonna cut you off. One thing I will say while you talk about that, Scarfy, can you jump off and jump back on because your mic is starting to chip up? I'm pretty sure if you just jump off and jump back into the call, it'll fix itself. But your mic's starting to get crackly. So go ahead, shut up.
Hold on.
Yep.
There
we go.
You guys go ahead and talk about the film.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead, Shutter.
Yeah, so, the Little Princess Alley trailer, it does look like a fun, magical film, and of course, in the trailer, there is a talking fox.
Which is always a selling point.
It's always a selling point for the
Interesting.
furries. Hey, they're a talking fox. Okay, that's probably their marketing nowadays.
Pretty much, yeah.
But this one I might give it a try.
Oh, really? What do you think? I think I am not too sure. Zach, did you put the link in the
You know, I don't know.
Chat?
So probably not. Give me a second. You guys keep talking.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure. Foxes. Yeah, it's insta go because like talking foxes. Yeah, those are always fun to look at.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if I can hear you. What do you think about this film, Foxy?
You can't hear me?
No, you're muted.
I can hear you now.
You're fine now.
Okay. Yeah, so I was about to say, as Chatter pointed out, it does have a talking fox in the trailer, and yes, marketing to people that love talking foxes, aka furries. I think that's a great idea to get your movie to stuff. And I'll get into this later. Why? Because I don't want to get into this subject yet. It's all at the end. But yeah, I want to see this movie because it looks interesting, and God, the fox.
and the fox.
You do realize I'm pretty sure it's not as great as you think it would be. Like, I'm pretty sure there's a reason why the fox is talking.
Like I said, it's a magical
recently
film.
learned that talking fox movies aren't all that great to be. I saw Agent Fox recently on Netflix, and really has a great undertones of communism in it.
We need talking wolf movies.
I know, right? Other than Alpha Omega.
Oh my God! I have 2 sexy wolves on the stream. What have I done?
Save it. Save it for the After Dark accounts. There you go.
The first question for the Scarfy is what happened you done?
So wait, who's the other sexy fox? I'm just curious. Oh my, your icon is very.
Oh my.
And out to Takei is back. Fantastic.
I wish
please.
I wish my icon actually was working for the chat because I just look like a blue human with a perfectly circular head.
It looks
unfriended.
like a
It looks to me like a llama.
It looks like unfriended.
It's just a cyclops.
A llama.
Oh, wait.
Oh, man.
Otherwise, it would show me with a weird me taking a selfie on my Google account, and that's something that I didn't really want to have you guys have to look at because I'm not the best looking.
Nonsense.
Oh my gosh, we're blowing up. We are blowing up the chat. They really love your Shutter, Foxy, whatever
Jesus,
you're doing.
The voice is heart
Keep
3-3.
Keep it going because furries are loving your sexy voices.
I love your voice too,
Wow.
Nero, even though I've never heard it before. Thank you so much, Nero. This is Foxy Wolf, making your night special on Smooth Jazz 102.
How special?
The panda.
Excellent. Anybody else have anything on this?
Oh
do
yeah,
not.
we have a. Oh
Wow.
What do we have?
well, keep going.
What
Oh,
did
I'm
we
not-
get?
Keep saying words.
Come on, Cheddar, I can't do it alone. I can't do it alone.
Just.
Oh, need help.
I need a hand. I need a hand.
You say that, it's like, I can't
Aw.
do it alone. And my first thought is, have you tried switching hands? But
Have
just
you
let
tried
that
turning
be.
it off and on again?
You can't turn off a fox. I know this from experience.
Anyway.
And
Good
Shinja
mess.
is still a wolf.
Ugh. So, but yeah.
Now, with all that being said, yeah, like, what do you think about this film, Zach?
Nothing. I mean, it's.
Like,
I
do you
mean,
think it...
the problem is when you get me on a film, I actually like see weird elements in, or certain elements I don't normally see. I get into my psychology background and try to go into a lot of stuff that isn't as fun as, oh, Zach is being drunk and ridiculous and making sex jokes. But like,
Hey, when did that happen?
but
I want to see that.
the thing with this film that is interesting to me is, you know, we say the furry audience, and of course most of our people who are watching are furry. Yes, bark. And this it's obviously targeted towards three types of people. It's targeted towards the adults who are trying to structure their child's way, especially with the next generation. Oh dear. I lost them for a second because the video went into sleep mode. Give me a second, everybody. I will get them back. Maybe. I can't actually promise this, so I'm just going to fill the dead air with random vocals. Give me 1 second. One day, this will not be a problem. On that day, it will be great. Hello! Sorry about that. Yep.
Yes. There he is.
What happened?
I don't know. Hangouts is a way of
back.
wanting to just go into sleep mode for no reason on me now and again. So that's what
trying
happened.
to do that to me.
Yeah, try to, like, move your mouse.
That's not what
No.
it is. It's literally just a Hangouts program.
Okay,
Trust me,
well,
I've tried to find ways around this. Actually, Chad, if you know what,
You're gonna have to
feel free. But
You're gonna
Yeah.
have to say that all over again because we
I
missed
didn't
it all.
get far. Basically, it's targeted to three audiences. It's targeted towards, you know, children, trying to give them an idea of how lucky they are to have the time to be free, have fun, use their imagination. It's also targeted towards parents who are raising children in the age past the millennials, where a lot of it is getting more structured. There's a weird idea of, like, kind of forcing your children to grow up in a certain way with all the best or right choices so they make proper decisions later, which doesn't always work out. That's sort of controlling parenting, which has been around for ages but seems like it's on the rise. And lastly, weirdly, it's for the kids undergoing that, but it feels odd because parents who want to encourage that behavior are certainly not going to take their kids to go see a movie that causes them to disobey this sort of upbringing. So it's interesting to see who they're pushing for as an audience besides, obviously, furries. So
Right.
that's all I
Makes
have on
sense. All right. Well, now with all that being said, here are the announcements of upcoming trailers. Our first trailer, Zach, are you ready with the trailers?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Our first trailer, let's talk about it. Ghostbusters. Now, unfortunately,
Nine!
I know, shoot.
No!
I know. Everyone is shaking their head at this film. You can pretty much see how much of a negative backlash that people have gotten from this film. I remember sending a tweet to ShutterWolf about how the reason why there are 4 women is because the men crossed the streams.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was. Remember that?
Don't cross the streets.
Don't cross the streams.
I heard a dog bark.
So I don't know about you guys. Like, I'm sure you guys saw this trailer, and honestly, like, a lot of people say, well, I want to give it a shot, but then a lot of people are saying, oh, sweet Jesus, please make it stop.
Right.
So I don't know.
I didn't say either of that.
No, I don't know about you guys, but what do you think about this film? Because personally, I think this film is going to bomb heavily.
Yeah. For someone who has seen the original 1984 and 1989 sequel, I see there's a combination of both of the homage from both of the movies. They're being combined into this one movie. And
One of the biggest problems that I have with the film is that it's just too colorful. With the trailer. But maybe it's because well, I don't know. Like I couldn't, like, there was just so many colors going around in this trailer, and I just couldn't tell, like, why on earth is this film being, taken, why on earth did they just not pay homage to the original film, and why do they have all these colorful, stuff in it?
Either that, or they're just in the trailer. They're just bringing back all the homage from the original two that people have already seen. But the thing is, it seems like Ghostbusters 2016 is going to have a different kind of a different twist to the story. But if there's a connection from 32 years ago, and I can see how this film might work, but if it's just retelling the same story from what happened in 1984, then I don't see it happening.
Fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense.
Work.
Well, I am actually. I agree with everything people are saying. I really don't think this movie is going to be really successful, but I do hope it is for one reason. The same reason the Star Trek films have been successful is that people will, oh my God, this existed way before than I thought, and they'll look at the originals, and then they'll start having more commercial success, and maybe, the next movie might be better.
Yeah, I could see that.
Oh my gosh, I just now remembered the joke. I've now finally get the joke of why people call themselves the Keymaster and the Gatekeeper. I finally get the joke now.
Wow.
Whoa. Okay. Well,
I finally get the joke now.
So 20 what years later, and the joke is got.
I finally get the joke now. Why the man is the Keymaster and the woman is the Gatekeeper. I finally get it now.
Scarfy.
Wow.
Scarfy, honey, I don't have enough alcohol on me to actually process a rebuttal to that. That just okay.
Speaking of good movies, before we move on, I just found in a bag that I had just purchased a DVD version of Goodfellas.
Oh, wow, cool.
And in fact,
I saw Goodfellas. Is it good?
But here's the thing: I thought I purchased it, but I think it snuck in with my groceries. Because it's not on my receipt. I feel really bad. I don't know how it happened.
Fair enough.
Like, I don't know if they didn't bring me up, or if I don't know. I don't know how it happened. Anyway, moving on.
Yes.
But yeah, I will have to say, when it comes to Ghostbusters, I kind of think that, I don't know, like, there was a lot of good things about it. For one, Elmore Bernstein composed the music to Ghostbusters, and I don't know if you ever heard of Elmore Bernstein's musical scores, but he utilizes a instrument in most of his music, in most of his orchestrations called, and it's a French word, it's called the onde martineau, and if you ever listen to it, oh my God, like the way that he does it, it is so beautiful. I need to type that down for you guys, because I want you guys to, like, research it yourself, because...
What kind is it? What category?
Okay, keyboard.
That's keyboard?
String.
It's like a harpsichord, whatever that is.
Kinda, but it's like, instead of you can actually, trace your finger and just, press and trail it back, like, make this sound that goes... Whoa! Yes. I'm turning that down. I do not want to hear the Ghostbusters theme soundtrack on our show. Thank you very much.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
Sorry.
I know the instrument you mean.
Yeah. You got to be careful, because, like, I don't want to get, like, in trouble or, all
yeah,
that stuff.
Right.
A couple seconds in, I was just like, oh yeah, copyright shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, onde martineau, if you ever have a chance to look up that instrument, you need to, like, I don't know what it is, but Elmer Bernstein, does a very good job. So yeah, Ghostbusters, I'm probably going to see this film just because I want to see how bad it is or how surprisingly good it is, if it could be. I'm not too sure, but we'll see. Our next film trailer...
one thing I can tell you is not as good as one film we're going to talk about.
What?
Wait, what?
You'll find out.
Okay.
Wait, what? What's going on?
What film are you talking about?
Kruz? I mean, Zach, what's going on?
I should mention something about a film that we'll find out, and he'll...
You say that it might be good, but I'm saying, it's not going to be as good as one film you're going to talk about at the end of the show.
It's true. Gotcha.
We'll see what happens.
Now I know the ending already.
Let's continue.
All right, go ahead with this. What's the next one again?
All right, Finding Dory.
Oh,
Yes.
this. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love Ellen DeGeneres.
I love Ellen DeGeneres. She is so hilarious, and I think this film is really going to.
Sweet.
I loved Finding Nemo. I am kind of like wondering why exactly they took an entire year to make another film, a sequel to Pixar film, because instead of taking 9 to 10 years, they just decided, oh, well, it's been a year since the events of Finding Nemo, just so that they can keep the original Finding Nemo voice. And I'm like, very clever, Pixar.
Let's keep swimming.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree with JS 1994-56. Finding Dory equals furry movie with no doubt. Like, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I love Ellen DeGeneres. I am a huge Pixar fan, so hopefully this film makes a really good time. So I don't know about you, but what do you guys have to say?
Your microphone's going out again, but
Yep. Jump in and out.
What
You'll
do
be
you have
good.
to say?
okay. But yeah, I'm really excited for this movie, and I really, first of all, I used to watch Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo was the movie that I would watch every single day because at one point we lost our cable, and this was a time where we didn't have streaming.
Right.
So I would watch it over and over on my PlayStation 2, just and
Yeah.
I learned every part of the movie in and out, and it still never got old.
Why?
Mine.
Oh yeah. No eating here tonight.
And for them to finally make a sequel, it can take me back to my childhood when I was 10 years old and saw it in theaters.
Right. Very nice.
And for God's sakes, Ellen DeGeneres. I used to call her Ellen DeGeneres because she gave away too much shit.
Oh wow.
No, she does. Have you seen her show?
Yeah, I have. Yes,
I watch it every day.
I cannot watch Ellen DeGeneres. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure she's a very nice lady, and I mean, she is kind of interesting, but.
She a bit
She's
cray,
not
but
the
in a
new
good way.
Oprah, Nero. No, she's not the new Oprah.
No. I am not. I do not agree with that at all, Nero. She's not the new Oprah at all.
Nope,
she cannot
she's
be the
not.
new Oprah.
She's too funny to be
Nope.
If nothing else, because it's not as hilarious to read on a Cards Against Humanity, white card, Ellen DeGeneres sobbing into a lean cuisine. Not as funny as Oprah Winfrey sobbing into a lean cuisine. Never as
I
funny.
loved that.
Sobbing to a lean cuisine.
But this is too off topic, but Cards Against Humanity needs to be mixed with a game of good Christians.
Oh God.
Ooh.
There's a game called A Game for Good Christians, and essentially it was a bunch of theologists that were basically drunk, the too busy reading the Bible, and they're like, wow, this is really dark. This could be really satirical. So it is completely true of the Bible verses they use and summarize. They are actually not word for word, but some of them are summarized. Hold on a second.
Oh, I guess he's muting his microphone now. But what do you think about this movie, Finding Dory, Shutter?
It looks okay. It's just another Pixar movie continuing the story.
Well, I mean, it's been 13 years since it's been another Pixar sequel of Disney.
Yep.
And I don't know about you, but I love Pixar, so.
Pixar is the shit. Yeah, I'm excited for this, because I remember that really made me laugh. Whereas all the funny parts, one of my favorite lines. Can't hear you, Pete.
I think it was Ellen DeGeneres herself, because of the writing that she wanted to. Maybe she was part of the writer. I'm not too sure, but But yeah, Finding Dory, I don't know. What do you think, Zach?
I'm okay. I will give full disclosure. Yeah, I think I saw Finding Nemo, but it was during a flight, and I wasn't really paying much attention. So I know bits and pieces about the original, and it doesn't hit as home to me in my heart as it does for most people who saw it. And obviously, I have nothing against the movie. I just hadn't seen it. That being said, I'd still really like to watch this movie. Like, it looked. I saw actually before you sent me this. I saw the trailer when I was going to see. Well, Zootopia, and we'll talk about that later. But, I saw this up, and I was like, that actually looks weirdly amusing. Like, it's sort of like I don't want to ruin anything. I forgot if you put this on the list. You did, okay. So yeah, I'll discuss this later. But there's another movie coming out that was like, what would make this movie better is if they focused on character X. And for me, Dory was character X in this series. I like that they have a movie focusing more about her and her story, and I think that'd be funny. I think that'll be fun to watch. That's all.
I agree. All right. We might as well move on to our next film. Our next film is Ice Age Collision Course, and I'm really, really shocked that Blue Sky Studios thinks that we really need to hear more stories about how great Ice Age is. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the first Ice Age, but now I kind of feel as if Blue Sky's just, milking it,
Yeah, this is the point they started milking.
Sorry, guys.
The others.
Oh, what were you gonna say? What were you gonna say, Kruz?
I forgot what I was gonna say. I had a smoke detector going off, so I had to go fix it.
Oh.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, apparently somebody was making something in the toaster oven, and the cheese kind of burnt off and started smoking.
Oh, that's my breakfast every morning.
If I did not take care of it, it would have set up the whole building's fire alarm system. Which I'm on the 14th floor. I don't feel like walking downstairs.
That's fair.
So what do you think about Ice Age Collision Course? Because we were just talking about it, and I can already tell. I really feel as if Blue Sky Studios, which I am not a huge fan of, has just been gripping that cow's teat and milking whatever they can from it.
I mean, Ice Age to me, what is this, number 5 now?
Yeah, they really need to stop.
I didn't even.
It's like what Scarfy said. They're milking the cow.
Yeah, I mean, the first one and the second one are okay.
I love the first one. I thought the first one was great. It had meaning, and now it's just nothing but comedy all the time. And it's just like, can you guys just stop, please? I mean, I don't understand
how. Is a strong word for what they have in there. I wouldn't quite call it comedy, but it's trying. God bless it. It's trying.
What would you call it? Trying.
That's what I call it.
Oh yeah, it's trying.
Hold on, I need to set it up again. Hold on one second.
Sure.
This is a fun. Right. This is a fun time.
But one thing I will say, actually, this is what I was talking about a second ago with the Dory movie. When I first saw this trailer coming out, I thought the entire movie was literally going to be about Scrat. I saw the trailer also in theaters, and that's his name, right? Scrat the little rat dude.
Yes.
Yeah. So he goes into, for anyone who hasn't seen the trailer, and I believe I just put it up. If I didn't, yeah, I did.
You did.
Yeah, I did. Right there.
Yeah, my laptop almost died. So.
But he goes into so you'll see it in the trailer. He goes into the spaceship and gets launched into space. And I thought it was either going to be him on a space adventure, or maybe him getting cryogenically frozen and coming back to modern day society through the spaceship. I thought I was just going to follow him, and I was like, you know what? This is the first Ice Age movie I'm actually going to go see after the first one, because I think a movie just following his weird antics could actually be kind of funny. It would be back to the comedy it's trying to do. And then
but that's like saying Minions was a trying comedy, and it was.
Yeah,
okay.
The Minions were just inherently funny. They didn't need to try.
Right.
Yeah, they were
to make another movie.
They really were not funny. I'm gonna say that right now.
They were funny.
Yeah, they were all right.
Okay.
I will say, he says that they overexploited. I think this is the same treatment that Shrek is now getting, and don't get me wrong, I'm not a big fan of the first Shrek. I am a huge fan of the second Shrek, though. Shrek 2 was hilarious.
Antonio Banderas will never be taken seriously again.
That is true.
I think Shrek 2 was more funny than Shrek 1, but that's just
Why? I think all Shrek movie is good.
I admit I like them both.
Shuja, you're gonna have to.
No.
You will be getting. Yeah, sorry, no.
No, I agree. Well, not
You
all
will
of them,
be
but
getting a no.
the first two I actually liked equally. The third one got a little, but yeah, no, I liked them.
I'm glad DreamWorks I'm kind of glad DreamWorks ended when they did because I'm not a big fan of their company because all they want to do is try to get as many sequels as they can so they can make money, and that's just who they are, and they're nothing like Pixar. They will never be like Pixar, and thank God.
Going back to the whole milking. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say is just like JS was saying on the feed here is after so many sequels, it just runs. It's going to from all the exploitation, and so like after 2 or 3 sequels, it becomes a disaster.
Right.
Yeah, it really does. I don't know how much Blue Sky Studios is playing Ray Romano, but apparently he needs the money.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to milking things, there is one company that's also starting to milk things too. Sony Pictures Entertainment apparently has a nice new movie called the Angry Birds movie.
Oh yes, I saw the trailer.
Fire!
I have linked it into the chat. I just watched the trailer and it is as cringeworthy as you think.
Oh my goodness. No.
Yeah. No. I think I'll take my chances with the Ratchet and Clank movie. Thank you very much.
You know what? Speaking of other furry movies, Sly Cooper movie. When the freak is that coming out?
Right.
Oh my God! I can't wait for Sly Cooper. But we'll wait until that. We'll wait until that happens. Oh my God!
Okay.
Yeah, it feels so good.
Whoa.
Yeah, you're
Whoa. Do you need a towel?
Wow.
So good.
Wow.
Round of towels for everyone, for all the co-hosts, please.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's okay. We know you like it.
All right, Scarfy.
Oh, by the way, hold on. Going back to, I just checked Rotten Tomatoes. You were talking about the Divergent series earlier. It has 19% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks to the gonads.
Wow.
As compared to Zootopia, which has 99%.
99, but we'll get to Zootopia later.
Yep.
Yeah,
That
of
is
course.
a theme
I have
song
a
for the
lot
day.
to say about it.
I have a lot to say about Zootopia. Anyway, moving on. Our next film is Captain America: Civil War trailer. Captain America: Civil War.
Hashtag Team Iron Man.
Okay, very funny. Honestly, upon seeing this trailer, it looks interesting enough because I love what they're doing with all the characters. I'm really surprised it's called Captain America: Civil War trailer when I have all these characters, in there though. Like, shouldn't it be called the Avengers technically?
Yeah, I
can't
thought the
really
same
tell.
thing.
All 4 is not in it, but no.
Well, Hulk isn't in it, but
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you are
But it's
missing.
still like if Avenger is like fighting bad guy, not fighting among themselves.
True.
That's
And-
true.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I was really surprised to see Spider-Man at the very end because, and then I looked on Wikipedia and they said that they're going to make another Spider-Man film that's going to come out in 2017, and I'm like, that is not a good plan because let me tell you, they already came up with the Amazing Spider-Man with what was his name, the person who played Spider-Man, not Tobey Maguire, the other one. I forgot his name. If anyone can help me.
I can't recall.
Chat,
Nope,
help
I can't
us.
recall either. Let's ask the audience.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but
I wish I had a good
I don't know
Regis
why.
voice.
Yeah, Team Iron Man.
only,
I'm sorry, but you know what? Unless there is Thor and Loki in there, I'm not saying it.
Why? Because they're sexy?
Thor. Because I'm on a Marth, that's why.
No comment.
Yes, he's not going to say
I'm
no,
with JS
but he's also
on
not
that.
going to say no.
You cannot
There's
say
so many ways you can tell the story now.
If you've ever seen Uncle Kage's thing, no comment.
Yeah, of course. But seriously, I forgot what his name was. I have to like research it up. Oh, Andrew Garfield. Thank you, Nero Fox. Andrew Garfield.
Nero, you rock. We love you. Stay beautiful.
Yes, we
Hey,
love
thank you, Nero.
Anyway, like, I don't understand like why they decided to put Spider-Man. Why they're deciding to make a Spider-Man movie after this movie has already been made. Personally, I think it's a very, very bad idea, considering the fact that Andrew Garfield has already made 2 Spider-Man films, and I don't understand why they couldn't just use the same actor, as well as the same costume. They gave Spider-Man a different costume this time, and I have to say, I'm not a big fan of it. Like, I kind of think it was a downgrade from the original costume that he had in the regular in the other Spider-Man films. I don't know about you guys, but personally, that's just what I think.
Well, they did improve the eye thing. I saw a review. They did the same thing with Deadpool. Like they changed how his eyes move.
Yeah, they did, which is cool. Like I think it's trying to take more from the comic book actually, which is good. I like it. It's just I kind of like the other costumes. I mean, they're not terrible, but I'm pretty sure they had problems. But I don't know.
And, the black Spider-Man costume kicks ass.
Yeah, of course. Well, what do you guys think about this film? What do you think, Shutter?
I'm not really too interested on the this particular one, but yeah, it just seems like it's just more of the money wheel for the Marvel.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, I wouldn't really. Well, I mean, yeah, but you got to understand, it's like at least Marvel is trying compared to is trying to make a good story. Not a great story, but a story at least.
I think that the fans of the series have just been waiting to see Tony Stark bitch slap Captain America. I think that's basically what it is.
Yeah, this is basically what it is.
Language.
This movie would be something I would like to see. I mean, I'm a Marvel fan, mostly because my childhood was filled with a certain group with Rocket Raccoon in it.
Yes.
Guardians
of the Galaxy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, boy. So I was really excited for that.
Speaking of which, I think Sylvester Stallone is on a casting call for Guardians of the Galaxy 2, so that'll be interesting. I could be wrong. I think it could be something else. I'm not too sure.
Bradley Cooper better stay the hell as Rocket Raccoon. I mean, come on.
Hello, he's called Bradley Cooper. Cooper, what do you think?
Sorry, I'm just a little fangasming over here. I'm turning on my fan a little hot.
Oh.
Don't set off the smoke detector again.
It's okay.
All right.
Going too hard.
Yeah, of course. Oh my gosh, we've been on for 2 hours. Okay. Our final trailer that is upcoming is a casting call for Moana, and let me tell you, folks, it's the new Disney film that is going to come out after. It's actually you get Zootopia and you get Moana, which will come out on Thanksgiving. So this is going to be interesting. I don't know about you guys, but after I saw this trailer, I thought it looked so sweet, like just this, girl being Moana who's all the way from Hawaii, and they're trying to get like accurate portrayal of the character and all that stuff. And I don't know, and what I really want to know is a plot. I want the plot of Moana, if that could be anything. I don't know about you guys, but what do you think about this film? A lot of people say that Moana will probably not top Zootopia, and let me tell you, I'm kind of with them on that because Zootopia is getting mad reviews, and I mean like heavily A+ reviews all throughout. If Moana could do the same thing, that would be interesting. That would be great.
It would be interesting, looking at the trailer, I did like what I saw. In fact, a lot of people don't know much about Hawaii unless they saw Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah,
so I really think that this is going to be Caught me off guard. This I think will be a great movie to learn more about Hawaii. And even as I watched the trailer, it said something in the suggestions, new Zootopia trailer. So Disney knows.
Huh.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like, what do you guys think about this? What do you think, Shutter?
I think Moana, it might do good for a certain audience. But when I saw the trailer, it's got a different story, a different background, different type of characters as opposed to what Zootopia. Zootopia also had a message portrayed, but we're going to get into that later. But Moana, I think it might do all right.
I kind of think that too. I think Moana will do all right. I hope it does great. What do you think, Zach? Like,
I mean, like, the story, it seems nice and everything. Like I said, a lot of people don't really know much about Hawaiian culture beyond Lilo and Stitch, which is always kind of cool to bring in. Hawaii is just such a weirdly cool amalgamation of different people that sort of came across it, traded there, inhabited it, created the religions from island to all that sort of. So it does have a unique culture. I think that's cool. Will the movie do well? There's not enough to go on yet. They did some cool research.
Yeah.
They're definitely trying to portray it as well as they can, which is always a plus. But I just honestly could not make that call. I hope it does well. That's all I can really say.
The problem. I think one of the big things that kind of overwhelms me is the fact that Zootopia has just been getting 10 reviews, 100%, and Moana is just hasn't even lifted off the ground yet. So I am very concerned what it's going to be like. So hopefully it'll do good. I'm hoping. I'm not too sure, but we'll have to see. And now, finally, the moment. Wait, what?
I was gonna say.
We don't know. What do you think, Kruz, about Moana?
I think it might be too soon to release after Zootopia, because they're gonna probably.
It's coming out on Thanksgiving.
Okay, that's a different story.
It's way down the year then.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
By then, Zootopia is going to probably be on Blu-ray and DVD.
Yeah, but at the same time,
I keep looking at your icon and wow, I'm sorry. I love the teeth.
You're fawning over Kruz's icon.
Yes, and also yours too, because I see Orlando Fox art.
Yes, that was a long time ago that me and my friend Shiny and the art. The rest of the people can't see this, so they're like, "What the fuck are these idiots talking about?" But yeah, thank you. That was a long time ago. That's from 2013.
You see my icon, yeah. Chaps.
Well, yeah, Kruz, I'm really fawning over your icon.
There's my icon.
Oh, you have an admirer.
All right.
Well, if you can see my icon, it's in the chat.
Yeah, I saw it. Oh, I've seen it.
So what do you think? This movie is going to be on November, and by that time, Zootopia will already be out on Blu-ray. But at the same time, it's like it needs to it's going to be really hard for this film to pick up the critical reviews that Zootopia has been getting lately.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So what were you gonna say, Kruz, about Zootopia?
I don't know.
About Moana, rather. Moana.
No.
Moana.
It might have Moana. Stop. I'll stop.
Go ahead.
I'll stop the world and melt you.
That too. I sort of forgot.
All right, shall we move on to what everybody's waiting for?
Yes.
Well, you heard him. That's a yes.
Okay. All right. And now, finally, the moment we've all been waiting for: Zootopia.
Stop starting a howl.
You don't saw a howl.
So there will be. I guess we should preface this with the fact that there will obviously be spoilers. If for some reason anyone has not seen this and doesn't want things spoiled, probably. And I mean this in the most loving way. Fuck off for a bit, and then come watch this after you've seen the show, and then you can yell at us if you don't agree with our things later. But we just don't want to ruin anything for y'all.
And lastly, if you weren't fans of the movie and stuff like that, then you feel free to express your opinions too. And I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that.
Play nice.
Play nice is what I'm saying.
Play nice.
Nice.
Oh, Nero, you should watch it first.
No, Nero, we cannot spoil it for you. You have to go watch it. It's just,
Come on.
no,
Please.
you gotta go see it.
Yeah, no.
Nero, you gotta go see it.
Yeah,
I'm serious.
Right
What?
now.
Who is not seeing
Right
it?
No.
now. I know.
The wolf commands you to go see it, Nero.
Please.
But yeah, I just want to let you know that there will be a little bit of spoilers in the.
There will be a lot of spoilers, I can tell you that. Trust me, Duffy see this movie like a gazillion times. He will spoil a
He can
lot.
probably repeat the script for you backwards by now.
Okay.
Yeah, he can basically
saw it.
tell you what happened every single second.
All right, so
Heroes.
I would like some serious time to basically explain the plot of the movie. I will not go over the big spoilers of this movie, but I do need to talk a little bit about it to make sure that.
Hey, Scarfy.
Yeah.
One thing real quick. Yeah, I think we may have some audience. The reason I haven't seen it yet is they're in foreign countries that haven't been released yet.
True.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up. Like I was kind of interested. I was kind of wondering how. I was kind of wondering. I was kind of expecting this to happen because, Disney did a very, very, ingenious marketing plan where they released the movie over holidays on certain days of the month when compared to other countries. So good on them for Disney. I mean, they really cashed that cow. Very good, very well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they saw it about 2 weeks before we all did.
So I just want to let you guys know there kind of will be a little bit of spoilers in these reviews. So I'm hoping most of you lived in North America. Hopefully, maybe, not too sure, but we'll have to see. Anyway, so let's just start with the basic plot. The plot stars a bunny named Judy Hopps, and she wants to go to Zootopia.
Oh my god, are you really gonna read the whole script to me?
No, I'm not gonna read the whole script. This is going straight through my memory. This is going straight through my memory. Let me finish. Okay, this is going straight through my memory.
Let the silver wolf talk.
Please.
Oh my god, we're gonna have our wolf Civil War.
Oh,
Then
God.
come in now.
He said silver, not civil.
Yeah,
I
but
don't care.
the point remains. Continue, Scarfy.
All right. The film is about an animal place where there's anthropomorphic animals, where furries can immediately already paw off to. Sorry.
Well,
Moving
God.
on.
Oh wow!
I'm gonna have to-
Oh,
I just put the parentheses for spoilers. You're gonna have to make me put NSFW too.
Oh,
Scarfy, you were
No.
not telling me we're not supposed to do this.
that was just so wrong.
We should make an
You
exception.
lied to me.
Zootopia, come on.
oh my
We
god.
All right.
know.
Going on. Moving on. Moving on. There's a rabbit named Judy Hopps who wants to be a cop who moves to Zootopia, where she indefinitely becomes the first bunny cop. She's given an assignment to basically be parking duty and not really be a police officer, which is what she wants to do. She's assigned a case where she needs to find a missing otter, and with the help of Nick Wilde, a fox voiced by Jason Bateman, who I have to say is one of the coolest characters ever designed.
Yeah.
They want to help. They basically have to do all these other things to find the missing otter, and along the way they'll come across colorful characters, a bunch of other stuff, and really that's all I have to say. So I'm going to ask all of us the question: when did you see this movie? What theater, and what was the experience like? Let me start with myself. For me, the first time I saw it in IMAX 3D. I made sure to see it in IMAX 3D because I wanted to avoid as many kids as possible. Thankfully, the IMAX 3D theater was not as full as I thought it would be, so that was a plus. Upon seeing it the first time, I didn't really get much of a grasp of it. When I saw it the second time, I understood it a lot more.
Your microphone is going out again.
Oh Lord!
Just go ahead and jump on and off. Oh, there he goes. Yeah. Thank you. I was waiting for a time to jump and do that. All right, you're good to go, Scorpio.
Hello.
You're good to go.
Carver's back.
Yeah.
Check those drivers, man.
So I don't know what's going on. Anyway.
Buckle pop.
Yeah.
Third time?
Anyway, what I was gonna say is that I saw it the third time, and I just I needed to see it 3 times because I needed to know what was going on. And honestly, oh man, I just I was taken aback, and I kind of wish that I could be alone in the theater. I was not given that experience, unfortunately. ShutterWolf got that experience, so that was really awesome for him.
Let me get my story here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you gotta tell everyone else's story.
No.
God.
Come on, stop it. Don't take on the spotlight. It's not about
And
you.
the FOF is thinking like a FOF will about. I really wish I had the whole theater to myself. Snicker. I just hear laughter building from over there.
I have a different story. Let Shutter go first.
Okay.
Okay, so I saw Zootopia for the first time on the evening of March 3rd. It was at a theater at Clackamas Town Center, the same place where Ty Harding used to skate. It was 3D, and I went to sit in the theater, and I had the theater all to myself. Lucky. So, yeah, the theater was just all mine. There was nobody else in there. So,
Nobody to see you.
know what happened? You know what happened?
There it is.
God!
Waiting for it.
Yep.
Waiting for it. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry.
I didn't say anything.
I
That
started
wasn't
hell,
me.
too.
That wasn't me.
Yeah, the wolves.
Sorry.
You guys started how? Oh!
No!
No.
No, help me.
Oh dear.
So, what were you gonna say, Fantastic Mr. Wolf?
You can, like I said, you can call me Foxy or Foxy Wolf. I don't care. Anyway,
Right, Foxy.
I saw Zootopia. Well, first of all, we Nova Furs and Maryland Furs Group decided to create an event, and we thought we were only going to have 30 people. We ended up having 149 furries see the movie in a private screening.
Wow.
Did they see it in fursuit?
Some people did it in fursuit, yes. It was the Alamo Draft House and Cinema in Ashburn, Virginia, located in the One Loudon shopping center. Very nice place. And what I liked about Alamo Draft House is a great choice because they serve beer. So not only do you have furries, but you have some drunk furries, which I was a little bit worried about that we would have a Paul Rubens scandal, but luckily we didn't. In fact, I thought about printing off a bunch of his Pee-wee Herman photos and saying, "Don't end up like me." But
Yeah.
But I didn't end up doing so. I didn't get to see it more than once. I haven't really had time to see it again. I really want to. And the experience of seeing the furries is great. You know, there are a lot of awes in the theater. There were a lot of people. I think I heard a murder or two. But,
of course.
But one of them was coming from me when there's a certain fox that I don't know if I should mention that will give any spoils. It's not Nick Wilde. It's Gideon. I have a thing for him. I'll explain that later.
There's.
Oh my gosh.
I know Spain and tongues or something.
Yeah, by the way, I only saw the movie once. Yeah.
All right.
So let me ask you a question, Foxy.
Mm-hmm.
When the scene happens with the wolves, where the wolf asks, "You're going to start a howl," what happened in the theater?
What do you think? I want to hear your. I want to hear what you think.
all the furries started howling.
Yep.
Was it beautiful?
It was beautiful. Even so, I don't know. I think there was somebody, one of the staff in the theater was serving people food, because the good thing about Alamo Drafthouse is if you want food, you order it and it comes to you to your seat.
That is so cool.
It's very fancy, very good. They had it set up. The movie ticket for everybody was $35 and included a $15 non-alcoholic beverage credit. And I got like steak. I think I got steak and eggs, and I got like some sort of like spinach artichoke dip. And I got myself. I actually got myself. I obviously had water, but I wanted to get myself a cocktail in a shake. It never got delivered to me. My only negative experience is that they tried to charge me for it, and it never got delivered. But they easily took it off the check.
Right. Okay. Not bad.
Yeah.
So let me ask you another question.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, you know what? I'll wait until we get to another question. But yeah, everyone started howling as soon as they said you're gonna start a howl, did they?
Including myself.
Nice.
And it was the most beautiful thing ever, wasn't it?
It was a beautiful thing. Like I felt at home.
Where did you see Zootopia again?
Shutter was able to do that too. Considering that he had the entire theater to himself.
It's true.
But you know what? In the theater with other people, nobody's getting judged. He probably would have gotten judged by like the people like, oh, typical furry trash.
No, don't get me wrong. Like I was furry trash. Like seeing this movie, I saw it 3 times, and that was really just insane. So, how about you, Zach, Shuja, Kruz?
I'll let Kruz and Chodra go first on this one.
Yeah.
I was gonna. If I could add one more thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
About the experience. The experience of having fursuiters at the movie theater is great. Now, of course, we were not allowed to suit past the theater property for security reasons, but everybody kept driving by, taking pictures. It was a really great experience. I did not go in suit because I didn't have time, nor did I really have the energy to go in suit. And plus, I don't want to hold freaking tunnel vision.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to experience the movie well, but
Don't the furries usually wouldn't the furries usually take their heads off? And actually just see it and then put their heads back on.
But that would break the magic.
No. Yeah, that would furry right there. No. Plus, the people seeing behind you wouldn't be able to see you over the first.
Exactly. Well, they made the fursuiter sit in the back.
Quick question. Foxy, where did you see the movie?
Where?
Please don't say Chicago.
What? No, you said when or where?
Where?
Where? It was Ashburn, Virginia.
Virginia. Okay.
Yep.
Aw, sad face.
Are you in Chicago? Are you in Chicago, Zach?
Shudra, but...
Shuja lives in Wisconsin.
Yep.
I'm right next to Chicago.
Right.
Hey! I used to go up to Wisconsin every summer. When I was a kid. We went to I think it was Lake Camelot or something.
Yay!
And yeah, it was. I grew up in Chicago as a kid, and then we moved to Virginia, which was very sad, but I began to love it.
I'm
still visit.
Yeah, I'm from Maryland. Like I used to work in Virginia, but now.
Wait! You're in Maryland? Where?
Potomac, or like near DC.
Do you still live there?
I'm currently there, but I live up in Massachusetts for.
How long are you gonna be here?
Just a week.
All right, we might need to hang out later.
Let's see.
Awesome.
I'm not far from Falls Church, actually.
There you go.
Well, thank you so much for outing my location.
Oh.
You could have said DC. I don't really.
I said nobody outside the team knows what the hell that is.
But yeah, Shuja, Kruz, Zach, what do you think? How many times did you see this film? What was your experience? And yeah, what theater did you see it in?
I saw it in. First time I saw it was when I was up in Massachusetts. I saw it in Millbury, and it was the earlier show, which was not 3D, had been sold out, and I was scared because there were a lot of little, like, nose-picking, booger-looking kids there, and I just got my ticket for the 3D show, left the theater, like, went to GameStop, and then came back later, saw it in 3D. It was insanely awesome. I enjoyed it a lot, and I made a point to be like that to be the first thing I would do when I came back, and today I went and saw it again.
Nice.
Not in 3D, but it's insanely just. I enjoy it. I enjoy it thoroughly.
Excellent.
Excellent.
What about you, Sugar?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry. Do you have a question? Go for it.
Shuja?
What?
Where'd you see it? Like, how'd you see it? How's the experience? How many times did you see it?
First of all, I'm such that name. Don't ask me about the name of the movie theater because I don't remember.
That's fair.
Second, I see it 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
I think. The first time I have vaguely memory of it.
Uh-huh.
That's what happens when you go see it in the fursuit and then go drinking afterwards.
Oh, there you go. Yep.
Anyway.
I'll do it.
Oh, what's that?
Sorry.
You have reached S.E.T hotlines. To place a comment about Zootopia, press 1.
Yay!
Windows 10 being an ass.
Run away screaming.
Is that anything else, Shidra?
Well, the first time I go seeing it was the day before its release, which is on March 3rd, I think. I have zero memory for rank punching right now, but I'm thinking it's March 3rd, like midnight show. And it was really good. I saw it in the IMAX 3D.
Nice.
Two times it's also in IMAX 3D. The second time is more painful because I was in the fursuit and it sucked wearing
Right.
to the closet.
I'll correct Chaos on there. It'll be furry. It'll be not movies, but it will be movies and memes.
Yes,
The memes
definitely
resulting
memes.
from the movie.
Oh yes.
Best way to take over the world.
You're gonna start a howl is gonna become a meme, and I will make sure.
I think Miro deserves another shout out for what he did.
Yeah, he does. He's a really good fox, that guy.
Yeah.
The furries were forced into a mating ritual when they two anthropomorphic animals on screen embraced, triggering chemicals in their brain to start the orgy. Haha, the news, tell it.
Foxy. You gotta keep it PG-13, man.
When did we ever agree to that shit?
Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
That was never told to me. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Literally, I'm just playing around. Relax. Anyway, Zach, what were you gonna say? What theater did you see your film at, and what was the experience like?
It was really good. Once again, between the two of us, you're definitely more of the film buff, the movie buff. I didn't see a reason to see it in 3D. I've never, besides the Avatar movie, not the one that's shittily based off Last Airbender, but the original one, I've yet to see a movie in 3D that really enhanced the experience more than just watching it. That being said, I saw that in AMC. I saw it just, regular as it was, and with a fairly large crowd, some kids in it. The kids actually were fairly well behaved. They laughed at little.
They actually were well behaved. I was actually kind of surprised. Like the second time I saw it, there were kids in the theater, and I kind of saw some of them like kicking their seats because they just weren't as invested into this movie than we were.
Right. But that said, I will admit, I did love the movie. The movie was. I'm not going to get into any plot points. All I will say is it just went a lot deeper than I expected it to in some things. It was just very captivating. So, and I enjoyed it thoroughly.
I agree.
Also, the theater I go to also has a bar, and they let you take the drink in. So that was kind of nice. I was like, oh, right, I can do that. Not to say you need to be drunk to enjoy the movie. I just happened to be...
A quick question. They don't give you the drink in no paper cup. They give you like a glass of beer, right?
No, a little plastic cup, sort of. Not a solo cup, like a clear one. Because I had a... Shit, what was I drinking when I saw it? I had a frozen margarita for that, so it wasn't anything. It was really a crappy margarita.
Nice.
But, no, it was terrible. But, it kept me from getting too shit-faced, so which is good.
What theater was this again?
It was so bad, I couldn't drink it.
Oh, I could drink it, but not quickly and not more than one. It tasted like a giant sweet tart. It's the AMC.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean, at the Alamo, they give you real glasses.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's nice. Yes.
Did
I
anybody get
want to go to the Alamo Draft House Theater one day.
Quick question.
And you saw this film once.
Yeah, I've only seen it once.
Question.
Yeah.
Did anybody get the bag of goodie they come with the movie?
No. What?
Aww.
The what?
You guys got a bag of goodies? This is like a Rocky Horror thing. Wait, what did you get?
Poster.
What?
Oh, lucky. I've only seen them do that at Subway. Like they have this.
Wait, Shuja, wait, Shuja, you got a poster?
Yeah.
Lucky.
Where was
Lucky.
I for this?
It's in my room right now. It's on my wall.
And you were going to tell us this when?
Yeah, I was gonna say, when were we gonna bring this up?
I guess now is an appropriate time.
I guess,
sort
yeah.
Well, you told us not to say anything about it until this podcast.
Well,
that's
to anyone
fair.
else,
Blame him.
not to each other.
It's fine. Anyways, what was your opinion on the movie as a whole, and what did you like about it? Well, personally, I like the fact that, you know, I want to like rate this movie more as a film buff. Is my mic coming in clear? I
Yes,
really
it
hope
is.
It is.
Good. I want to rate this film as a film buff more than a actual, you know, furry, but the problem is that you can't rate this movie as both a film buff and a furry. It can't be done.
Nope, it can't.
Just not simply.
It cannot be done. I think this movie was a lot deeper than I thought it would be, and a lot of people thought it was going to be more funny, but it actually turned out to be more meaningful, more touching. Like, I'm going to invoke a spoiler right here. When they put the muzzle on Nick Wilde, just, oh my god. I was like, no! I was like, oh.
But here's the thing. Don't you find it's ironic? Like the lot, like beginning spoiler alert. Mute your speaker or whatever you're using if you don't want to listen to this. It's just funny to me. It's like, okay, the first in the movie you see is like the predator bullying the prey.
Mm-hmm.
Then later, middle of the movie, they say now the prey get back to the predator. It's like,
right.
Yeah. It's just
Yeah, like
forth.
that was, I don't know about you guys, but I was not expecting that. That was just it. There were some dark moments in this film as well. There were times where it can get dark real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I kind of feel as if this film was falsely advertised or something, but it wasn't.
No, yeah.
Quick question. Quick question.
Yeah.
Who liked the ending?
What?
The ending of the movie.
What do we
The
think?
ending, oh my god, the ending of the film I did not see coming.
I don't think we should reveal it for the ending.
No, I'm just asking, do you like the ending or not?
Yes.
I love the ending.
Yeah, it was good. It was actually really well written, and it was a great turn of events.
Yeah, it was. The ending, I want to say, like, right now, the ending was so, like, I did not see it coming. Like, it caught me off guard. I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, what the...
Oh my god!
like that is just, I'm like, ooh, that is so wrong.
But so right at the same time.
I know.
Don't you dare say no to me.
Wow.
So,
my goodness.
But other than that, like, what was your opinion about the movie, Shutter?
Zootopia was really well written, and it also conveyed a very important, strong message, and the story and the characters all worked and integrated very well, beautifully done, lots of surprises, as you probably just brought up a moment ago, and Zootopia, I can definitely see this one as being one of the best animated pictures for it.
You fell in the toilet. You're dead.
You're dead.
Magnificent. It was fantastic.
You're dead.
That should definitely be a word that Foxy really needs to put in his dictionary.
Which one?
Fabtastic.
Fantastic. There you go.
That's been my
You
word.
really think I'm that gay, don't you?
Oh, I don't really care.
I am.
I don't really care. I don't really care.
I might. Just give me a minute. But the movie, is that an invitation for me to start now?
If you like, I don't know.
What?
Well, first of all, I went into this movie. I typically do this with a lot of movies that are hyped as well. Is I tend to lower my standards a bit.
Yep. Yeah.
Even though I lowered my standards, I was still blown away. I've always said that Disney animation has been getting better and better, even without Pixar. In fact, I'm liking Disney animations, like Disney standalone animation better than Pixar movies.
I don't know what it is with Disney now, but they've really have come back with hit after hit after hit now, and like.
I mean, things like Bolt, that was the first Disney animation that I can remember that did not have Pixar.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was beautifully animated, lots of detail. I have to say the same thing about Zootopia. I really think that all the detail that went in, I was just blown away how pretty it was. The movie had a lot more depth than I was expecting. I just thought it was just going to be some cheesy kids movie, and it turned out to have a lot more.
Right. You talk about like lowering your standards for this film. Like I was kind of skeptical about this film too. I thought furries were only going to see this film just because of furries and nothing else.
Exactly.
And that really just like tore me apart because like I just thought, oh, furries are talking about how amazing this film is going to be, but at the same time, it's like I want it to be good too. Like, and I'm kind of wondering.
I told my mother that I was going to go see this movie. She's like, "Oh, that's a kids movie." I'm just like, "Well, I like it because." She was like, "Oh, it's because of the whole furry thing, right?" I'm just like, I don't know. And I came back, and she was just like, "So how was the movie?" I said, "It's a lot better than I expected," and I'm still waiting for her to see it. I just want her to see it just to see what she thinks of it. But she's very stubborn. So I doubt she will unless I bring it home on DVD or something, which I'm hoping comes out soon.
Usually it takes like a couple months for it to come out.
I know.
Yeah, it's like
coming out at July something.
What?
July. Oh, that's.
Oh wow.
Oh, JS, you are. Oh God, JS said fab-tastic instead of fab-tastic.
Well, you.
Am I
the only one who saw that coming?
I'll admit something that I've done some things to some fan art that I'm not really proud of.
We'll get to the fan art. Like, what did you like about this film, Kruz?
I liked that it was. It didn't just like have a cheesy storyline. It had like something that I don't want to say was entirely original, but they seemed to take an original point of view of it, not something that hadn't been around that long. Like there's the whole we're all in this together, happy rainbow bullshit, but they're showing like that. How like real it is and like how it works in the real world, like how we actually have to overcome differences and like when it's like a civil war about to break out.
Yeah. Very well put. I agree.
Can you close the door, please?
But,
what do you like? Just like another thing. Ah, man, you know what? I forgot what I was gonna say. Like, just crud.
Oh.
Brain part?
Decidedly NSFW. Okay. Yes,
Night.
indeed.
Aww.
Yeah, we went that route. Sorry,
yep.
guys.
The line has been crossed. I'm putting it on there.
Yeah. Anyway, Shujo, what did you think about this movie? Shujo?
Movie.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You like everything about this movie because you're complete furry
One word.
trash.
Be nice. Be nice to your younger brother.
All right.
What now? What happened?
Anyway, go on with your thoughts, Shudra.
I can only say one word.
Yes.
Nope.
Nope. What?
Just that's all.
Nope.
What was it?
Like the movie's good?
Do you not like it?
You guys basically tell everything I want to say.
Oh, everyone's already said it, is what he's saying.
I wouldn't say it again.
It's a good movie. I like it. I already have an XD version of it or a pre-ordered.
Hmm.
I pre-ordered everything.
Yeah, he pre-ordered the digital version of Zootopia.
I have not, but I will definitely get it.
Yeah. Now, our next question is, were there some things you didn't like about Zootopia? I'm going to name some things. I'm going to name some nitpicks of mine. I'm going to say right now, I'm not a big fan of the whole Godfather pop cultural references that they decided to throw.
Hey.
I'm sorry. I kind of thought, like, kids aren't going to understand that joke, but adults are, and, like,
You know,
thankful.
that was
That's
kind of-
I'm just nitpicking. I'm just nitpicking here. Like, that's just the one thing I didn't really like. I don't like the DMV scene. I kind of think was really milked to the point where it just wasn't as funny as it was the first time they showed the trailer. But I guess the other thing, you know, like, but if those are my only problems, I can't really find much bad to say about this film. It's just all the characters are genuine, and I think my favorite character would definitely have to be Nick Wilde, because I just love the way that he's animated. I also, and this is going about the question, I really love how Disney studied, you know, animal behavior to get the exact animal expressions that they wanted. Like, you know,
True.
when Nick touches the fleece on Bellwether's like his ears perk up, and that was perfect. That was just great. I loved that. That was great.
It's like when you touch a fursuit that's really soft.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you like shark?
Oh. So fluffy.
So,
I'm gonna die.
I'm posting that tweet now.
so what did you think? What did you think, Foxy?
You know what? I really don't think I found anything that I really disliked about the movie. I mean, the pop culture was, you know, something, you know, I don't blame Disney for doing that, and it's more of because, you know, the non-furry adult that has to take their 5-year-old kid to see this movie, you know, that's something for them. The whole, you know, struggle of going to a DMV and having to wait, you know, hours and hours at a DMV, that is something for the parents to relate to. So
I need to bring up another thing. I'm gonna say this right now. I don't think this movie was made for kids. I really don't. I do not think this movie was made for kids. Like, don't get me wrong. It has kid characters in it, and kids can be related to. But the fact is that the story is very adult, and it's just released during a time where
I would say if I have to nitpick anything about the movie, it's about the fact that there were no, you know, JS actually brought up a great point. It's at this point that there was no scalies or no bird furs. There was just all, like, mammals. That's all it was. It wasn't anything.
That goes right to the Department of Mammal Vehicles.
Well, I mean, believe it or not, Brian P. Howard actually answered that question greatly. Like, it's part of the reason why he didn't want to put monkeys in the film. When a person on Twitter asked that, he said that if they put monkeys in the film, like, they would probably be more intelligent than actual animals.
Okay.
But I don't know. Maybe, like. And I know this doesn't have to do with scalies, but at the same time, you know, you got to make do with what you got, and
Right.
you know, I don't know.
And the monkeys also are very close to humans too.
Exactly.
Right.
So it probably wouldn't have made sense, but I kind of do see your problem.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, like I said, if that's the only problem I have with it, and albeit it's a very small problem to me, it doesn't take anything away from the movie. I still think it's beautiful. It's just I know that there were some people out there that were just like, hey, I mean, you know, I'm a scaly, I'm a dragon. Well, I'm not a dragon, but you know, I'm a lizard. You know, I'm you know, a bird or griffin. Well, griffin wouldn't work either. You see my point.
Yes.
Yes. Were there some things that you didn't like, Shutter, or you couldn't name anything?
Actually, for seeing it once, and I couldn't find really anything to see I didn't like about it, and I think going back to that point though about the DMV is the trailer pretty much exposed that whole entire scene, so you know that whole scene kind of got watered down from the trailer itself and the over marketing. But other than that, I really can't find much else different because most of the movie relates to the real world today anyway.
It does. It really does. Like one of the big things that
You're breaking up.
Yeah,
You're
Scar,
breaking
before
up.
you jump into that, you're gonna jump off and in because your voice going.
Do 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 do.
Is this better?
That's much better. Thank you.
Sorry about
We can hear
that.
you now.
Okay. Just wanted to let you. I kind of feel like this film, like it was released during a time. I think this film was released at the. I don't know about you. I feel this film was released at the perfect time, the very perfect time when we're dealing with politics, racism, stereotypes, and all that other stuff. I don't know about you, but what do you guys think?
You know, you're mentioning actual current issues and stuff like that, and you know, I have a friend that kind of sent me a link on Facebook that I really had to agree with, and they made there was a. It's going nitpicking, but there was an issue where they had, I think it was inside that facility, they had a wheelchair, and it was a scary place. Now, she has a disability, and she was just, you know, it was this article she posted that this person, you know, kind of just like didn't like that because it kind of put disability people in wheelchairs as a scary thing. I mean, I don't know how to go into too much depth with it, but again, dealing with issues and stuff like that, this movie has done pretty well, except for the whole disability thing. I guess. I mean, it would have been nice to see, you know, more.
Well, disability can kind of tie into, like, you know, like remember when Nick Wilde says, people think that you can go to Zootopia to be anything you want. Well, you can't. You can only be what you are. Sly Fox, Dumb Bunny. And I'm like, yep, that's exactly our world today, and it makes sense.
You just quoted Nick Wilde, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I need to fan myself again.
I'm sorry, stop.
You made him fangasm.
About Nick.
God damn it.
Sweet mother of cracker.
But yeah, there is this one other issue that I'll get to when we get to this next question, but I just want to remind people here in the chat that if I get all Siskel and Ebert on your favorite movie of all time, excuse me, okay?
You know what, Wolf? You have an opinion, so I really don't give a shit. I don't give a crap how bad you think it is. I have my own opinion, so.
Of course.
Yes, I have my own opinion too.
But I will still nitpick the hell out of you and try to do anything I can to prove against your argument.
Okay. So what do you? So there really wasn't anything bad that you can think of it, and I'm gonna go ahead and you know, avoid asking Shuji this question because honestly he just likes everything about this film, so there really is nothing I can do.
That's racist thing.
No, it's true.
You're already pissed him off. It's too late.
Oh man.
Hold on, please.
Goose.
Was that
You had to step aside for a bit, it seems.
Hello.
Sounds like
Hey.
Sounds like a spaceship.
So was there anything that you guys didn't like about this film? Like Kruz, Zach?
Honestly, it would take a little more time for me to process it, but it doesn't seem like there's anything wrong with it.
No, there really isn't. Well, I mean, like, just nitpicks, I guess.
If I have one nitpick thing, but it's very obvious, and it always annoys me in any situation, which is there's 1,000 times, and this happens with a lot of stuff with any sort of, I'm not going to give anything away, but any sort of law enforcement like movie, where it's like, we're going to go do this thing, or you could call the rest of the cops. Now we're going to do this other thing, or you could call the rest of the fucking cops. And that's more just a logical fallacy in movies, where obviously you need to have people keep going, and so the plot can be furthered, and so the stars can shine. But it always annoys me. It's like, logically, the best thing to do in this instance is to call the rest of the cops and deal with it. So I don't want to get anything.
Or we could.
Right?
So what?
That's COPS, right?
Yes.
Okay, I heard a different word.
You know what? You run with it, Fall Boy. I'm not going to judge.
Of course you did.
I'm part fox.
I'm aware. But yeah, so that was my only real gripe. The rest of it was pretty good. Nick's reaction to Judy's speech, which has come to a lot of scrutiny. I have issues with that. That kind of seemed a little weird and out of character, but not terribly.
What do you mean by like Nick's reaction or whatever?
Press conference? Was that the press conference?
Yes, the press conference.
Yeah. I think he was kind of like his memories. They showed.
I think it was because of his memories, like he
I get why it happened. That's not the point. The point of the matter is, it's obviously they're just pushing for that. This was something that hits him a lot harder and is a bigger nerve than is let on. But still, at the same time, it's like, and I guess for me, you can say what you want to about me, but it's like I'm pretty decent at removing myself from a situation where it's like, okay, this annoys me, but obviously this person isn't trying to do this. Obviously this person doesn't have these shitty views necessarily, but they're portraying it in a way that's like, okay, we need to have a talk, but not a rawr moment. Like, that always seems weird. Yeah.
Right.
To me. But maybe I'm just, I don't know, maybe I'm just emotionally screwed up in some way that's something that doesn't bother me.
We lost
as
the
much.
wolf.
He'll be back. He's coming.
Oh, here he is.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry about that. Just needed to,
So what about you, Kruz?
Anything wrong with it? There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I'm not jumping on Shooter's bandwagon, but
What?
There's always.
Hey, why everybody picking on me now?
Because you're adorable.
I guess it kind of seemed to rush through the beginning. I mean, I understand that happens for other movies, like they have to set up the other shit quickly.
Right, makes sense.
Rush through the scene with Gideon. Felt like that was not as impactful as it should have been.
Makes sense.
But the scene with the Gideon, I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I know it was a terrible scene for some purposes in terms of Judy's life, but I'm sorry, but Gideon is hot. He's got the southern accent. He's this big, big mean fox. I have to give him credit.
I guess another thing that I can bring up was that I want to say right now my favorite Disney animated film is Beauty and the Beast. But if I had to pick a story that doesn't fall under the Disney princess style of stories, Zootopia is definitely my favorite Disney animated film. Like, there is nothing bad that I can find in this film. I guess one thing that I am glad about was that they didn't decide to do the sad ending fake out, which most of you know I hate.
Yeah.
I don't.
I do not like sad ending fake outs. It's the most annoying thing in any Disney movie.
Oh, that's so sad, but it's a Disney film, so it's gonna get happy again.
I know.
But you know what I also wish that they had more of in Zootopia?
What?
These guys. Red pandas.
Oh, red pandas, yeah.
Red pandas.
Oh, don't
Oh, it would
worry,
make Dust Panda very happy.
They will.
Make a lot of pandas I know very happy.
I wanna like, what do you think? What is your opinion on Shakira's "Try Everything" for the soundtrack of the movie? Furries either really love or really hate this song, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't really find this song as annoying. I mean, yeah, it could get annoying if you were like to play it at a dance at a fur con or something, but
Well, I kind of annoyed some people already with the song. I was the kind of guy that I was the furry trash that showed up to the movie. As everybody moved, like everybody got there a little bit late, so people were standing in line. I was the one blasting it out of my car as I was arriving there because I'm pure furry trash. I discovered this song and I was like, I love it. I love it. I can hear you cringing, Kruz. I know.
you really don't like the song, Kruz, do you?
I'm okay with the song, but then it's like it says nothing to do with furs. It's not even about wolves, unlike Powerwolf, but that's another thing.
What was funny for me was the song was good, but last Monday I went to go get my car repaired for some recall issues, and they were done. I went to go pick up my car out in the parking lot, and the dealership speaker was playing this song from Zootopia.
Oh wow!
As I was getting ready to drive out the yard.
I don't want to leave now.
I'm glad that it's getting some. I'm glad it's getting some recognition. I mean, Shakira. I've always loved Shakira.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not the greatest Shakira fan, and I do think this is actually one of her better songs than, say, I don't know, She-Wolf. I didn't really like that song all that much. But
the one by Megadeth was much better anyway.
I love how you just like try to put rock songs against a pop song.
Well, he's not wrong.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of pop,
Mother of all that is evil.
Yeah.
speaking of pop, the popsicles were a great thing.
Yes,
I
want to eat a popsicle. I want a popsicle. Can someone please get me a popsicle?
Dude,
Like, I love, like that is the homage to the furries that love Paws.
I love Paws. I thought it was great. Oh.
Paws.
What did we learn about Scarfy today? That's right, kids. All right.
He got
That's right, kids.
The thing is, the funny thing is, I love Paws, but I can't stand feet.
Oh, really? That is interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
I like Paws.
Wow.
I will snuggle the hell out of people's fursuit paws, but I will not touch their feet.
That's
I'm
fair.
sorry.
That's fair.
That's fair.
I'm a part of this, but the feet, ugh. They actually smell.
No, it's not that. It's just they look. They're so foreign to me. They look so foreign.
Yeah, they do. But yeah, what is your opinion on Try Everything, Shutter?
Try
Just-
everything.
You don't really like the song, or?
Oh, the song was good. Yeah.
Let me look at the lyrics.
Try everything. Try everything. Yeah. And
I will have to say, no,
10,000 ads.
All the lyrics are in the title.
It was really good, and I think what Gazelle did in the character Gazelle in the movie was excellent.
I won't give up, no, I won't give in.
Until I reach the end, and I'll start again.
You have the app too? Oh,
That was
Oh, yes, that's Cheetah Obscura, that's so Cheetah Obscura, Cheetah Obscura, Cheetah Obscura.
Like
That was
he's
cute.
like
No, people, we haven't mentioned Clawhauser, and I feel bad because I love him so much.
Clawhauser
was fabulous.
I will
Clawhauser is like
I have a furry cheetah friend.
O.M. goodness. I love it.
O.M. goodness. That's totally.
Oh, the good for the first time, I'm gonna admit you would make a great Clawhauser.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was totally Cheetah Obscura's favorite sing. I'm calling that right now.
But
Yeah.
you know what? You know, oh my God, my video is on. Shit.
Don't worry, we didn't see anything.
Good thing
We didn't
I'm
see
close.
anything, if that's what you're thinking, but...
That was interesting. That was quite a laugh. Nice.
Oh, you said an iPhone.
That was delicious.
So,
Woof.
so like, dislike, so Kruz didn't like dislike, I'm pretty sure Shuja liked it. What is your opinion on Try Everything, Zach?
It sure is Shakira.
Oh my God.
That's all I can really say. It was actually like in the sense of, oh, is this right for the movie or not? No, it didn't talk about all the furry stuff. No, it didn't talk. But it was for the movie. The lyrics are inaccurate. It's pretty much summing up the major little hopeful theme of the movie. So yeah, sure, why not? Not bad.
I'm gonna say this right now. I wouldn't be surprised if this song is nominated for Best Original Song. I wouldn't be surprised.
I would.
Did anyone notice that?
I would. It is not that. I'm sorry. By itself, she does. I can't argue with her work because she's very popular. She knows what people like. It's not that. I will say it's not that amazing. It's not a bad song. It's definitely a dancey song. But it's like no, it's not. If this was the best, if this is what the next generation is like, this is the best song ever.
You
then
do realize I said the
believe-
word nominated, not
Yeah.
actually won.
Fair enough, but even so, it's like
That's true.
it's nice and I like
just
it,
wins
but
out of
it's not that good. And I think even Shakira realized, like, yeah, no, I did work with this, but I don't think it'd be her pride and joy of a song. To be perfectly honest.
All right. What are topics and plot elements from the movie that you think are happening today? Well, as I mentioned before, we have racism, we have stereotypes, we have all these other things that are going on. And like I said, I think this movie was released at the right time. The right time where we're looking at all of these issues that we're dealing with today, and it's just it's how things are. And like, I don't know about you guys, but I can clearly see some of the reminiscent of things that are being known today. And let me be frank, this isn't the first Disney movie to do it. We had Song of the South, even though that movie was like way just out there, because there was never a DVD release for that film, because that movie was just controversial and stuff. But I will have to say,
I was gonna say, it's like, I like what you have to say a lot about it. I don't agree with you with that's just the way things are, just because I've known too many people who've made a huge change. And yes, it's not.
Oh yeah, well, that's not what I meant. Like,
but
it was just
another thing I want to say, because I want to agree with some of your points and also disagree with some of them. You're mentioning, it goes on to stereotypes and everything. Shit, I had one thing that I wanted to mention and bring up. I'll probably have to wait for a bit because I just lost it. You guys go ahead. I'll see if I can.
Okay.
This.
I can probably chime in, or I can mention probably a couple of other things too in the movie. Not only is it about race or prejudice, but there's also about the corruption in law enforcement and local government.
Mm-hmm.
That's the other thing I saw, and then of course segregation with the different types of species or predator and prey.
Like when Officer Hopps, when Clawhauser calls Officer Hopps cute.
Right.
Now that was kind of meant to be like a racist thing, but it's like sort of like, I'm not comfortable with that.
That's my
program. Call me cute, and I'd be like,
oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so butt flustered right now.
So I have a question for Foxy. Which character do you like better, Gideon or Clawhauser?
You broke him.
You have to choose one.
You made him cry. Good job.
But in his dreams, they're both there. You can't make him choose now.
in terms of personality, I have to say Clawhauser, but in terms of hotness, I have to say Gideon.
That's fair.
Well, I don't understand why you find Gideon so hot.
Well, you can't be hot if you have a
accents,
donut
apparently.
stuck in your neck.
Well, you know what? I have this dream of having Nick and Gideon in the same room. Okay, we'll not go there.
We'll talk later.
Close it.
Anyway.
Close it. Put a sock on the doorknob and be done with it.
Okay.
One thing I did want to mention to you, that you're talking about the whole how it's coming out at the right time. I want to disagree in the sense of, it's all revolutionary, but I don't think that's what you meant. I do agree that's the right time because you mentioned how it's more for adults than kids. I think that the movie addresses all audiences, but it's a cool way to teach kids the sort of the morals that, it's time to start less stereotyping, more of accepting people for who they are, not what they are. And there's a strong impulse in that. Another theme that it touches on that maybe someone's going to bring up that is really interesting is trauma and fear. Things that aren't normally addressed. Nick and Judy both have their things happening in their past that they're, for lack of a more eloquent way of saying it, fucked up. They mentally are screwed up in a way that they had these trust issues. They had these issues with I have to pretend to be this or strive for this image.
And that affects you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, and it's nothing. It just screws with you, and it's really hard to get past that. And even at the end, it's they sort of are, but there's showing how hard it is, but possible to move past those traumas is a really cool message.
I also want to say, I kind of disagree with your dislike, Zach. I kind of think, him, having a trauma is a lot better than the sad ending fake out.
Well, yeah, but I never said the sad ending fake out was a good thing.
No, it's sad ending fake outs in Disney movies are not great, people. They're cliche, they're standard, and it's just really lame.
After Snow White, you can't do it again.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm just so happy my program worked.
Nice.
I was working on a project.
Oh, one thing I will mention, actually, this isn't mine. I can't take credit for it. It's actually my friend Zomagud Shiny who brought this up. But one thing he said would have been a really cool nitpicky thing to it of if where Judy got clawed, that scar stayed for the rest of the movie. Would have been a very
That
interesting
would be
feature.
more interesting. That would be very interesting.
So,
that would kind of be like a paradox, because like then you have Gideon Grey like
no, not at
apologizing.
all. It stays with her, and when he apologizes, you could be goofy and say, "Oh, well, then it heals," but really, it's like it's just a further impression that yes, that stuck with her.
Draw that much blood.
It didn't.
Really draw.
No. Obviously, but it would have been interesting to see like it as a scar that stayed with her. Obviously, you can say it's like, well, it wasn't that deep and everything. I'm not saying they should have. It just would have been an interesting addition.
It would have been interesting, but again, it's Disney, so
right.
I want to see what would happen if I shot Foxy with a night howler.
Look at my icon. That's what you get.
There you go. There you go.
Foxy, your icon looks great, Foxy.
And I don't know about you guys, but foxes are really scary to look at when they're angry. I'm not gonna lie, they are the most scariest thing. I mean, you guys can make the argument that wolves are scarier, but you already know they're scary, so they're not that scary.
But foxes are just plain sinister.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to
Foxes
go
sound
see.
like a.
I was going to see if I can link something to the chat.
Oh.
I don't know. I have no idea. Go ahead and give it a shot. If not, just send it to Scarfy. He'll send it to me.
All right, and finally, what kind of impact do you think this film has on the furry fandom? Any positive, any negative? Well, for me, I think this is a great film to show to people who want to know what furries are. And personally, I think it's great. If I had to nitpick one thing that most upsets me, can you guys give me like a couple seconds here?
Sure.
Yeah.
Hmm?
He just doesn't want us to talk while he talks. I think.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no.
I think the thing about Zootopia that most upsets me within the fandom is the fact that people have, and I know this is like very, very cliche now, considering that Zach just put the NSFW page on our chat now, and because unfortunately we crossed that line, sadly, and that's the line we have to stay. I have to say, I think making porn of Zootopia is kind of distasteful, in my opinion. I think it's atrocious, and I'm not even saying this like, oh well, you're just a noob. Like you already know the fandom does Rule 34 within its reaches, and it can make Zootopia porn like.
Oh, yeah.
And it makes porn of every cartoon character you've ever seen. I'm like, well, yes, but at the same time, this is one of the rare moments, and I'm not even coming in like a prude. This is one of the rare moments where I think making porn of this particular film is personally distasteful. I don't know about I wouldn't know if Foxy would agree with that, but that's just how I personally feel.
Well, I mean, how do I start? How do I say this? I mean, I know where you're coming from, but the porn started way before the movie came out. I'm sorry.
Agree. Yeah,
Well,
it did. I kind of, and I did write a blog. I did write a journal on it. Like, I kind of want to say shame on you to all those people who drew furry porn before the movie even came out, because like now that it has such a serious story and it's so in depth and it's so immersive, it's like you can't even look at the characters the same way again, because what you thought you were going to get, you didn't really get.
Yeah.
If I had to say any positives for this movie, I think this movie is better than Robin Hood.
Yep.
I know I'm going to stir a lot of fanboys up, but I think this movie's better than.
The shots have been fired.
You know, actually,
This movie.
speaking as someone who absolutely loved the Robin Hood movie, no, I would agree. Between the two of them, yeah, I'd say this one's actually better.
Yeah. Any of you saw the little comic of was it Nick with
Yeah.
his mom? Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Mom,
That was really cute.
better not be getting that fuck. You'll be fine, Marion.
So I guess one of the things that I really like about this fandom is that if you want to get people into furry, you start with this film. And like, I mean, granted, you could always show them Robin Hood, but if you want to really capture what furries are all about, kids, people who want to get into the fandom, they deserve better, way better.
Right.
Well, I mean, the porn is going to happen no matter what we say. But anyway,
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna happen, and there's nothing really you can do about it.
there's
But at the
also
same
plenty
time,
of safe work art, which is plenty of stuff to show people. It just, it's just how you look at it. I mean, there's a if you don't want to see the porn of it, there's ways
Don't
to
go
avoid it.
looking. Yeah.
yeah, of course. I mean, I'm not gonna do that. It's just like, again, this is one of the absolute rare moments where I say porn of Zootopia is distasteful, and I already know porn existed way before Zootopia even began. So
There needs to
that's
be
my
more Gideon porn. I'm sorry.
That's just hashtag more Gideon prawns, please.
Yep.
So all you artists that are watching, make it happen, please.
We have.
Please, I'm dying over here.
What do you guys think? Any positive, any negative about the fandom?
I guess I'll start. I
Go
think
for it.
it's got the good. It's something we already know, but it's something that's been clarified again, like more of unity, like as far as issues, like not among the stereotypes of the fur species, but of what furries do, like I don't even have to name controversies among the fandom. Like you already know what they all are, but I guess it's kind of coming to terms with that and forgiving them and sort of trying to make it like less destructive when something like that happens.
Right. Hey, hey, Foxy, I wanted to ask you a question. When the Zootopia title screen came on the screen, were the furries like really excited now?
As in, like you talk about the title.
Yeah. Were they like cheering and stuff?
Everybody was cheering, but mostly because they weren't showing con videos anymore. They were showing some con videos and things that had some embarrassing moments for some people because some people didn't know they were being videotaped. They wasn't that not safe for work. You can't do that in a theater, but
right. Well, can't and shouldn't are two entirely different things, but still.
Well, you can.
We did. We lucked out, and I lowered my I kind of lowered my standards and worried too much that something bad was gonna happen in the theater, and then it was gonna end up on the news. But I was really glad to know that we have a lot of mature furries in this area.
Good.
Yeah, I'm really glad.
I was just so worried that someone's gonna get kicked out of the theater.
What do you think is the best? What do you think impacts the fandom, Shutter? Like any positive, any negative?
Yeah, I think what impacts the fandom the most is the Rule 34, or making porn out of anything of furry nature, is what's really impacting the fandom. I mean, you look at what happened last week with that Forbes article that came out, and there's a writer that just immediately went in and says that, for those of you who are unaware of the particular subculture, suffice it to say, is a fandom that is obsessed with anthropomorphic animal characters from fiction, often dressing as them as role-playing as their parts at conventions. And yes, there is definitely a fetishized sexual component to it.
Is that Gawker?
No, that was Forbes.
Oh, right.
And then after my post went up about the furries are not about sex and fetishes on ShutterWolf.net, there was some feedback also on the site too, and the author has since revised the story.
That's good. Wow, that's actually really cool.
Yeah, it is.
I just shared in the chat a photo of some of the first series that we had at the theater. And we didn't have as many first series as I thought we would, but we had.
I kind of wish Kruz went to the Alamo Drafthouse theaters because it was in Maryland, sadly.
Oh, that?
Yeah.
I had no idea. I probably wasn't. I probably was in Massachusetts at the time.
Yeah.
True. Very true.
So, what do you guys think? Zootopia, best? Would you say it's the best furry film ever made?
I mean, It's hard to say not. It's hard to say not, but I really don't want to say it is the best because I don't want to sound like I don't want to rush to it. I just kind of want to see more about. It's definitely it is definitely in the running, but I do not want to say it's the best because you don't want the people lining up with the mob with pitchforks and everything at your door. So
right.
I will say if they do decide to make a sequel of this movie, like I'm going to see it. There's like there's like no second doubt.
I want to see either a sequel or some sort of spin-off series.
Well, I mean, they're already making a sequel. They're already making a sequel with Frozen, and thankfully it passed Frozen.
No, please, no.
Why? Let's just forget Frozen ever existed.
That's the other thing I loved about Zootopia is that whole line of other Disney movies they pirated copies.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Oh yeah.
Even movies that aren't even released yet, including Moana.
Yeah, Moana was on there.
Actually, you know what? Now that you mention it, I remember seeing it. I was like, "Is that a copy of Mulan?"
Yeah, like I wanted to say something.
And JS brings up a good point. I think over-exploding Zootopia, they might ruin it, but
I agree. I mean, like it's part of the reason why I kept my expectation of this film, pretty low because
I thought it was just going to be like basically it's all hype and I'm going to be disappointed. But turns out I wasn't disappointed, so that's always a rare thing.
Oh no, I wasn't disappointed at all. My expectations were extremely exceeded.
Oh yeah,
surpassed even.
I'd agree with that. Actually, mine definitely were. Granted, I went in with fairly low expectations, but it definitely, even if I had high expectations, it definitely at least met those.
But I'm pretty sure that Zootopia is probably going to be shown at many, many furry cons to come.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, definitely. I just really hope they're not going to overplay the song of "Try Everything" all the time.
Fox and Warren Pepper have already done a cover of it.
It's going to be the new.
You know who else is doing a cover of it? Duke the Dancing Dog, and I have nothing against Duke. I just don't like. I don't think he understands that furries are starting to really get annoyed by that song because it has nothing at all to do with furries.
No.
I know.
But it wasn't meant to be something for furries.
But you know what? I respect Duke the Dancing Dog a lot in some ways. And everybody's going to cash in at some point on this.
Right.
On this song. It's just going to. It's just going to happen, and there's nothing we can do about it. So we just gotta have to accept about it. Like, you just have to sit back and just watch it happen.
Right.
I probably will not watch this video because honestly, I kind of think Shakira's version is better. Sorry.
What video?
Well,
he's going to do a remake of "Try Everything," and I kind of think Shakira's is better.
Isn't like songs like previous annoyance songs like I hate to say it without people groaning, but The Fox from 2012.
Yeah.
That song isn't that banned at furry conventions now?
I hope so. That'd be great.
Because I haven't heard it in a long time.
I think
it came up on my playlist in my car the other day. Huh?
What song was that?
What does the fox say?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! When
Actually,
that
hold
was
on,
a thing.
hold on. Let me see.
Dude,
Hold on.
I was at a fucking horse show.
What does the fox
and they played that.
Yeah, the fox says something that sounds like a dial-up modem or a fax machine.
Kruz, what's your story?
It was at there's a horse show that's down at the Verizon Center, and they played that song there. I'm like, are you serious?
For horses?
You could not escape it.
It follows everywhere.
What does the horse say?
Oh my God!
They had that's actually I got a shirt there that was the camel that says Hump Day. I'm like, okay, yeah, I had to. Mike, meme was still alive.
There's a little GIF that was going around for a while, a little movie file of Nick and Judy. I think it's when they're meeting the mobster, but instead they just have a screen in front of them playing "What Does the Fox Say?" and where Nick is looking really uncomfortable, so he's looking terrified of the mobster, but instead it's a video, and Judy's like, "What in God's name is this?" And he's just like, "No."
My favorite line in the movie. Favorite line in the movie has to be it's called a hustle, sweetheart.
Oh yeah, that's That's basically the tagline now.
It's not a
You want to know what? You want to know what my favorite line? I love the line that Chief Bogo just basically decided to rip apart on other Disney films, and I'm like really surprised that Chief Bogo did something like that. And
Yep.
I forgot what the line was. I'm trying. Oh yeah. Life isn't some cartoon musical where you sing a little song and all your insipid dreams magically come true. And I'm like, that's every Disney movie ever made.
You do realize he ended that with the words "Let it go," right?
Oh yes.
No, you ruined it. You spoiled it.
But you know what? You know what?
Oh my gosh, this movie is almost like the Deadpool of Disney movie.
That's an interesting way of putting it.
That's another person I like. I think that Idris Elba did a really wonderful job as Chief Bogo. The fact that
I cannot wait for his performance as Shere Khan in the Jungle Book.
I know, right?
It's gonna be so good.
But the whole British twang or like English accent he had was nice too. Like Chief Bogo is a solid third favorite character. Oh, yeah, solid third favorite character. Fourth.
Yeah, Chief Bogo was excellent.
Yeah.
Clawhauser.
Clawhauser is like everyone's favorite character, and I don't know why.
For me,
endearing.
it's Gideon Nick.
Clawhauser was the ultimate predator because no donut survived.
That's a way to put it.
Not even the one in his
I
neck.
love the one where it came out of his neck. I just lost it.
In his neck fat. Just like, oh, there you go.
And then he tried to run.
You little Dickens.
And then he tried to run. And he's like, I'm gonna go lay down.
Oh wow.
Oh, Chee! I love it when he goes Chee. That's like Cheetah Obscura's favorite line, I think.
I thought it was
it's also, Idris is also going to be in Finding Dory. I have no idea who's going to play.
I hope he does a good job as Shere Khan. And oh my God, we've been talking for 3 hours now. Holy
wow, yeah.
Yes.
I want to just call it quits right now, but I'm having too much fun.
It's a lot of fun.
We've been out here for 3.5 hours. Now, who wants to say something about the environment?
And disperse.
Uh,
So let me ask you guys something. This wasn't originally part of our question list, but what was everyone's, if you had to pick one, just your favorite scene of that entire movie?
My favorite scene, I think I have two favorite scenes. My favorite scenes are when Nick Wilde just makes his facial expressions of, Judy bringing up the fact of tax evasion and all that other stuff. And he's just he has wide eyes, he's just terrified. And I think the other scene was when Judy became the godmother of Mr. Big, and like he just has an expression of what the hell?
Yeah,
He's like,
that was great.
and then I was laughing at the part where he touched the sheep's wool and his ears stood up. I'm like, oh.
Do you think she counts herself when she goes to sleep?
That's a great
No, but my favorite scene I have to say is the Fennec.
Oh, Fennec. Yeah.
Oh, Fennec, yes.
He just pops. He just like spits out his pacifier and just has a deep voice.
Booming
bass
voice. Yeah.
You gonna kiss me? Bite your face.
Fennec was awesome.
That's what you good, huh?
Have fun working with the feds. Yeah, I love that dude.
I want to see more of him too.
True.
Not like that, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Favorite characters, the wolves, the Timberwolves.
Oh yeah.
Dum-dum.
I love it when Nick Wilde just says, "Look, I bet one of them's gonna howl." And he's like, "What is it with wolves and the howling? It's just." I was like, "I don't get it."
Yeah, Scarf.
Oh yeah, like the scene where they abduct the
Jack
Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the wolves abduct him, and then
I will have to say, I was like jumping out of my seat when that tiger appeared in front of the glass. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Oh my god!
It's one of the ones that you see it coming, but it still gets you.
I know.
I just checked Zelda's page.
Oh, that
How
otter.
did I do that?
Yep.
That otter was so scary.
What about you, Shutter?
Otters are scary.
Oh.
Who is your favorite character?
Or scene or whatever.
Actually, I think one of my favorite scenes out of that movie was, well, one was obviously when the Clawhauser goes into the chief's office and sees him playing on that app, and he's like, "Oh, you got the app too? Oh, gee!" And of course,
A little squeak.
yeah, my favorite is like, of course, the Timberwolves were awesome in that scene too.
Yes.
Like perk and sniffing around, and then there was a howl, and then they started howling, and it's like, and then one of the Timberwolves goes, "Shh, Gary, be quiet. You might start a howl."
I didn't do it.
Oh, I just sounded.
And then all in the background, you see all the other wolves howling, and
And Nick's just like,
oh yeah.
I found the first known. Oh, actually, the first public, not safe for work art of Zootopia. It's dated on August 14th, 2013.
Uh-huh.
wow.
So yeah, 2.5 years ago.
Jeez.
Yep.
What?
I can link it to the chat, but I'm not going
Roll
to.
34
No,
putting
please
in
do not
work.
link into the chat. It's already gotten NSFW as it is.
Yep.
I'm going to just link it to Scarfy.
There you
Please do.
go.
Put it on Send it to me. Thank you. Thank you. I will take a look at it.
I'm sure you will. Fappity fap fap.
Stop.
Stop. Is it baptized?
Oh, God. What about you, Kruz, Shudra? Do you guys mention your favorite scenes?
Of course, it's size difference.
I think mine is either, I don't know, I find myself liking the one with the whole thing with the meth lab type
Oh, yeah.
Night
Yeah.
Howler thing. That was funny.
Oh,
And
boy.
then the other one being, of course, when Judy, I don't know, is on him about taxes. And then the other one is the one where she falls in the toilet. You're in the toilet, you did.
That was a good one. Definitely.
You did, fluff butt.
What about
You're on the
you?
toilet, you did.
What about you, Shudra? Favorite scene?
Yeah, you've been the quiet one.
Shut up. You take all the spotlight.
We
Oh,
tend to.
God.
Which is why
Remind me never talk about a movie that Sharpie extremely like it because you all
Good
the
luck.
spotlight. Favorite scene. I'm guessing when Nick Wilde turned wild. Actually wild.
Oh,
Oh my.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Be
Yeah.
careful. Don't spoilers.
Well, yeah, but still.
Wait, but we already.
I was saying, there's
Wait,
a lot that's been
It's gonna be a
spoiled.
spoiler.
We've done worse than spoilers.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I could agree with that.
Yeah, I thought that actually happened. I don't know about you guys, but I thought that.
I didn't.
How about the opening? Who liked the opening when they doing the spoiler? Whoever listened, cover your ear. The play.
Oh, the play's great. Yeah, I
Oh,
like
the
the
play was great.
blood.
Blood.
I love how they put. I love how they put.
all over the place.
I love it when they go like, "This is Fox detergent. This is Fox repellent," and I was like,
there
she does not need a Fox teaser.
Foxes aren't that smelly.
I mean, a taser would be effective on more than
during the
just a
movie.
fox.
That's
And
true.
it doesn't be effective on pretty much anything.
Wouldn't a Fox phaser just be a phaser? I mean, if
You
we're-
know what? Foxes don't need any more stimulation than that.
that's a good point.
Sorry,
So-
sorry, Scarfy. Sorry.
It's alright.
One thing that I always find weird, and like a lot, I don't think I'll ever find anyone that agrees with me, but actually my favorite scene in the whole movie, and this is, I guess, pseudo spoilers, not really, but when Judy is apologizing to Nick for the press conference and everything, and he's just sort of ignoring her, and he has her on tape and all that.
Oh, I forgot that.
But
that was,
yeah, the way
that was mine too.
she walks in and he gives her a hug and everything is being consoling and stuff. It's like he can continue doing that, but he does something that to me is just a very real thing you do. Where obviously she's not trying to take the recorder, but it's like Is it just you trying to get your pen back? Is that what this is? And then that like weak sort of like half
The
going
crying
on
laughing.
It's like
That was a great.
it was very touching. Yeah, I don't know why.
I need to recant. Like that was my favorite.
And then he's like, you're standing off my tail though.
Yeah,
Off.
seriously. But like to me, emotionally, that had a real impact. It's like, okay, I can relate to this. I'm sure almost everybody, whether you've been there or not, you can relate to the situation because you probably.
They made the tears so nicely. It was so nice to get. I had to cry when she cried. I just felt so bad when it's not what's funny.
I see this movie again.
Quick question: who get the feeling that when Judy doing the press conference is kind of like at convention, you being interviewed by media?
Yeah, I've never been. Luckily, I've never been interviewed by the media, so I have no idea how it feels. I would probably just be like, I'd probably be the person that I could probably say some things, but I'd be like too afraid to. I can just imagine if I was at Anthrocon, and like Uncle Kage just comes by and just like tackles me to the ground. It's like he's like, no, here's what furries are.
Read from this script.
Read from this script. You.
Oh yes.
Where's my wine? Ah, there it is.
I don't know. If I were in that movie, I would be one of the press conference taking photos.
I asked Brian Howard on Twitter, like, so how much would it cost me to have my character realized on Zootopia's art direction? And I just put a estimate there, like $10 million. Like, and he didn't respond. So, but it's like I'm pretty sure it would cost a lot.
There's probably many means you were probably right.
I don't think it would cost that much. I mean, if you wanted to. I mean, I'm pretty sure if they asked nicely that maybe the Zootopia artist team could probably be open for commissions. Who knows?
Wow.
That
happens.
No, it's a long stretch, but it would still be nice. I can have my character.
Like the floodgates.
I can finally have my character drawn with Gideon.
Don't encourage
What is it with you and Gideon? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand how you
find
Oh my god, he don't
understand.
It is.
I think
fine.
I think I can summarize this. He wants to get into Gideon. I mean, that's basically all there is to it.
What? Phrasing?
Exactly, I did.
I want his special pie.
So all I can say is I think one of the most heartbreaking scenes was seeing Nick have a muzzle placed over them. Now, if I was a wolf and that happened to me, I would be like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
Don't worry, it will happen tonight.
That was like, oh, I was like just tearing up. That was so wrong.
I'm surprised.
In that context, it was more about bullying, but yeah. But some wolves don't mind being muzzled for other reasons.
We can't avoid that at this point.
It's getting later, and everyone's mind is just going to be turning to that as the night goes on.
Yeah, it is. We need to quit while we're ahead.
No, I'm having way too much.
We're not ahead of anything.
I know we're having way too much fun, but it's been 3 hours already.
I was going to say, you guys can keep chatting.
Anyone who wants to come back and listen to this and sees 3 hours, they're going to be like, fuck this shit.
It's just 6 furries rambling.
And we're free to keep chatting, but admittedly, I'm going to have to go because I spent the last before I got here 5-6 hours on the road. So I'm.
Well, we can at least call it an episode for Subwuffer Entertainment Treehouse. Our next episode will be on the 20th on Sunday. I hope ShutterWolf and Fantastic Mr. and Foxy. Hopefully we'll make it on the 20th. Not too sure. They probably have some stuff that they need to get done, but
the 20th maybe. I admittedly should have. I had some homework that I should have done, but I didn't.
Yeah. I might be there.
Sounds
I forgot to mention myself. Like that's when my spring break ends, and that's when I'm going back. So depending on the flight, I might have to miss it. I should have let you guys know earlier, but I recently found out.
That's fair. We'll figure it out.
I really, 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 really wish that I had more spring break because I have a paper that's already late, and it's gonna be another 10 points off because I haven't even started it yet.
Okay.
Hey, question for you guys.
Okay.
In about 2 weeks is Easter. Is there a show on Easter?
I don't know, Scarfy.
What do you mean a show on Easter? Ooh, you know what? I don't. You know what? I didn't even think about that. Ooh, I know Kruz is probably going to be doing something with his family because his family is Catholic. Don't judge him.
Wait. What's day? Is it this week?
I think it's the 27th, I believe.
No, I'll be in Massachusetts then, but there might be an event that I'm doing. But
yeah.
What is it?
Sunday, March 27th. Yeah.
Be hyped for St. Patrick's Day.
Long live. I'm not going to be doing anything on Easter, which is kind of sad because like I just have so much I need to get done, and
well, I don't know if I'm staying for Easter yet. Like I originally planned to go up to Philadelphia, but I don't know if that's gonna happen because of this new job.
Well, we'll figure out Easter and be able to tell everybody here next week on the next episode.
Okay. Well, guys, I'm sorry to say it is time to wrap it up. My name is Scarfy Conley, and thank you for watching Subwuffer Entertainment Treehouse.
Thank you very much for having us on.
Thank you so much for having us on. I hope to be on another time because this is really fun, and I thank you again.
Yeah, it was great having you guys. We hope we can see you again.
Yes, and I thank you very much. This has been an excellent episode. Thank you. Terrific job, folks.
Please introduce yourselves one more time before you go to say your farewells so people know.
I'm sure.
We'll start with Foxy, then Shutter.
Okay.
Oh, okay. My name is Foxy, Foxy Wolf, or Fantastic Mr. Fox. Fantastic Mr. Wolf. I got myself confused there. Thank you again for having me on here, and I hope to be here next week or some other time because this is fun.
Excellent.
And I am ShutterWolf, and it has been a real pleasure being here. And you can also catch me and catch more of my stuff at shutterwolf.net. Thank you very much. Well, hope to see you guys again soon.
Okay, now after this episode is done, you two can go like have a sexy man voice competition.
Oh God, I'll be there. Yeah, definitely.
There'll be a separate event.
Oh, wow.
Tickets will go on sale now.
That will be a separate event. My name is
Ticketmaster.com.
That would be a live cast.
Our next episode will be on Sunday, March 20th. My name is Scarfy.
I'm Zach Gray. Pleasure to see you, kids. Kruz?
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh God! Sorry, got distracted by this two sexy men over here.
Oh, sorry.
And on that note, I'm ending it. Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks. Bye-bye.